Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the Sword of Victory, Pendragon RPG, Age of Uther, year 485. I'm Bob, I'm running the game. Before we dive into the Battle of Mearcred Creek, why don't we just go around the table and talk about who we are and what we do, starting with Thomas.
Round the table. I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am Thomas. I'm playing Sir Edrich of House Winterbourne, Stoke, who I've discovered stat-wise is apparently a decent fighter. That isn't gonna be apparent, so I apologize for what you see.
There.
Hello, I am Mark, and I shall be playing Sir Florence of House Idmiston. And he is not good at fighting in any way, so I'm probably going to die. It's been fun, guys.
You're pretty good at charging. I think you'll be all right.
That's about it.
And Liam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I am Sir Perin of Durnford Manor, and I think I'm the middle boy in terms of combat ability here. So we'll see how this goes.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and dive in? So, a quick recap: we had the horse race, sword race. That would be a different type of thing. We had the horse race.
What we're about to do.
Sir Perin saw a unicorn. That was exciting, and then ran away from a unicorn when it charged him, which is fair. We had Sir Florence. You won, correct? It was neck and neck with Kenner.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And we spent our time in one of the counties of Logres in the north, where you learned it was Lambor. Alone is up. One of those two. It was one of those two. And you learned that there was apparently a new Saxon threat, though apparently minor in Carcolin, and that a small retinue would be maintained there to drive off the enemy. The plans for Uther and his primary muster were not that target, but instead the counties of Kent and South-Seax, respectively. So you're driving closer to London, effectively. You're driving your army forward with the intent to fight. And this battle will take place, it's known as the Battle of Mearcred Creek. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe give us a switcheroo to the Roll20 view so folks can see what's going on, and so y'all can see what's going on. So
Yes.
When I speak of where court was, it was somewhere up here, and only the respective dukes that are in that area will be sticking around to defend here. The rest of the retinue will be heading down here. And I should note that the Duke of Cornwall, once again, did not show. So
At this point, no one's surprised.
That's shocking. I'm shocked to hear that information.
I know you're heartbroken about it, and it completely changes the way you think about that character compared to the previous times.
He's my favorite guy.
All right, so hey, Big Spoon. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the battle. So for battle, we are using a bit more of a fan-made system that we came across on the Chaosium site that we really dug. I can't remember who showed it to me originally, but upon further reading, it looked really good. I've set you guys up.
Super cool.
All set to go. Like I've refresh this page so we have everything as it's set. You'll be part of Duke Ulfius's units. Duke Ulfius is the warden of Logres, by the way, so very important figure. In his unit you are let me see, I've got it listed down here. So you're in Duke Ulfius's battalion, Count Roderick's division, Sir Elad's company, and you're in Sir Amig's unit.
Oh so, no, we're up the front.
This is Amig, aka, as Liam's mentioned, Dowd. A guy that looks like Dowd. We're totally not using that
I love Dowd though. It's
I've
great.
tried
it's
to
great character
create.
design.
I've tried to create an equivalent using AI art.
You can't. He's such a like an interesting character design. It's quite good.
All right, so your under Surrey Lad, you have 3 other units. You have Sir Bar, Sir Lycus, and Sir Leo. They're the other groups we're going to be tracking through the battle. You are newer combatants and not necessarily combatant in focus. So I know you guys have some experience with the system. Please factor in the difference between your previous characters, experienced characters, and your session 2 characters for this one and decisions. With that said, you are going to be participating in the first charge.
Oh, the glory, wonderful.
Let's maybe check around the table. Anything anyone wants to know about this battle in general, leading into it?
Ooh, should we make battles for that?
I will tell you what to test based on what kind of information you're after. Okay. So this would be like the hours leading into the actual battle proper.
Sure. I got something if you guys are okay with me going first.
Go ahead.
I'm really curious to see what our odds are looking in terms of outnumbering versus numbering, because I believe we're better equipped than the Saxon armies most of the time, so we can get away with a 2-to-1 disadvantage. Is that the case here?
So normally, yeah, like you are better troop or better superior troops. You're gonna get that bonus. Why don't you test me battle? For the rest of the
I'd love to test battle.
All right.
That is a 6 out of 15 success.
Okay. So the numbers actually look to be relatively even here. There is not a one side significantly outnumbering the other side.
Oh, this is going to be a cakewalk then.
For sure. What could go wrong?
On a similar line of questioning, is there some kind of advantage or disadvantage we have coming into this, like with the terrain, or is it just a normal battle as far as the case may be?
As far as the actual battle proper, there isn't a terrain advantage or disadvantage for this one. That being said, where you're placed in the battle, it being a creek may or may not. So as we get down to the skirmish level, there might be some advantages or disadvantages, or roles called. That's what this system tends to do well, is it zeroes in on the skirmish level, while still kind of at least nodding to the battle level to see what's going on.
Indeed so.
All right. So, just breaking it down, there's no outnumbered. There is no surprise. There is no outflanked, and there's no fatigued. But you will get the bonus, the superior troop bonus for the highest level to roll. That matters. So Uther rolling against King Ele, who's your opponent this time through.
Absolutely love this chart you've made. Very good.
Yeah, I hope so, because it's been a while since we've done this. So let's see if memory serves. I was trying to watch our last.
I got you back if not.
Yeah. I was trying to watch our favorite sons episode where we ran through this to make sure I could remember. It served some degree. Here is a MIG, by the way. This is your leader. I figure I'd post that for folks. All right. So in general, things seem to be, from a battlefield level, things seem to be pretty much even as they can hold.
All right. Well, that's pretty positive.
Okay. And remember that the footman versus horse, that'll be dependent on the unit you're rolling against. So if you end up with one with a great spear, you don't get that bonus. Otherwise, you get the bonus.
You got anything you want to figure out there, Florence?
I'm all good.
Okay. Why don't we
We
dive
are
into
ready.
character a little bit then? So, as you're riding up with a Mig is someone that you're all familiar with. He has been kind of involved, probably more so as pages and squires. You all had some experience with him, so you remember this guy from your childhood. Everything you did in Sarum leading up to your being squired was through this guy and involved this guy.
Cool.
He's just got a very, as referenced by the Dowd comment, he's got a very strong poker face. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. He just looks constantly grim-faced, effectively. And that's not changed right now.
As you guys are riding Perin, we'll just kind of ride over alongside Edrich and Florence and be like, you guys, you aren't nervous, are you?
Nervous? No. Not at all.
Oh, good. That's good. Edrich?
You just hear from like gritted teeth, like forcing out of a grimace. Me neither. As he's like looking straight forward, seeing the armies around him. I will admit it's a new experience, but this is what knights do. And I've seen combat, just not done it.
Don't worry. It's actually pretty fair to be nervous. I mean, this is my first battle, but it's not my first conflict. I was in Humble Creek when it was raided by Saxons a year or two ago, and I've never been more afraid in my life. There's going to be a thumping in your ears. It's just your adrenaline. Try to let it flow, but don't let it distract you too much. Keep a clear head and you'll be just fine. The worst thing you can do is let yourself be overwhelmed. But you'll have us watching your back.
Sorry,
too.
you go.
But you'll have us watching your back too, so do what you have to stay comfortable and stay alive as best you can.
At this, Edrich looks over, taking his sight away from the column of his fellow knights and just looking at Sir Perin, searching his eyes for any sign of like, yes, I'm getting you to admit cowardice. But Edric's going to trust in this case, and he's going to say, thank you, Sir Perin. I'll take your advice. Let's see how this goes.
We'll be fine.
Otherwise, take heed in the knowledge that God is on our side.
Well said, Florence. Either way, worst case scenario, I'm sure one or two of us might end up with a nice scar to show the ladies, huh?
Edrich looks
Like,
up at the sky to see if there's any
on the
sign
face,
of divine
or
Hopefully not, Sir Florence. We wouldn't want to do anything to mess up that wonderful shine you have.
They'd sooner break a work of
Indeed.
art.
Indeed. Well, I shall place my faith in God.
What's the weather like, Bob?
It is kind of rainy and miserable, foggy.
As to be expected.
You know, very weird for England, but
Yeah.
Who you think?
Perin will kind of smile and goes, let's hope that the sun comes out at some point today. Would be nice to be able to use Florence's lovely locks as a distraction, maybe glint in their eye right before we crash into them. I imagine it could be somewhat of an advantage.
I don't quite know what you're talking about. As there's a little shine, a glimmer in his hair, as if it was golden itself.
So you deny that, but you still agree to equating your face to a work of art.
Of course. I'm not vain.
Of course.
I mean, Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Vanity is a sin.
Of course. I mean, look at
Unless
those
unless of course it is dedicated to God.
Of course, look
Such
at
as
those
I.
marbled features. I mean, would you not agree that that is not a simple matter of vanity? It's purely a fact, right?
Truly, I am proof that man is made in God's image.
Exactly.
Edrich laughs,
But
just
in any
distracted
case-
from the coming battle.
It is good to laugh, my friend, especially in what may come.
Aye.
So
Yes.
let's take heed.
Hold on to
Humor
these
before.
moments.
Indeed.
Florence. What is Florence's spiritual and what is his courtesy?
His courtesy is 15, his spiritual is 10.
Am I safe to say that all this God talk is more out of the way a knight should sound versus his actual faith, or would you say this is he's fairly devout? Because I think you've roleplayed
He's
it enough.
fairly devout.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and tick spiritual, please? I think we've reflected that enough. It seems bonkers to suggest he's a 10 and 10 if that's
Yeah.
the case. So let's
He's a spiritual boy.
let's tick that. I like it.
He's a little bit more into the tenets of faith than faith itself, but he still believes. He's pretty devout.
Sounds good. Makes sense. All right. Anything else you wanted to go over before we dive into the battle proper?
Nope, let's fuck some Saxons up.
Hell yes.
All right, let's see how this goes, boys. So starting at the top of the round here. Let me see. For now, I'm gonna choose some adventure music, which is not super battlefield oriented, but I'll fix that in a second. In the meantime, let's see here.
We just hear in the background, these boots were made for walking.
Yeah. Let's
And
go.
trampling on your corpse.
Right. Okay, so we've got the context set onto maneuver rules. So this is unit commander, unopposed battle roll. Who wants to test a MiG's 19? He is a 19 battle. There's a reason why he's a unit battlefield leader right now. Any of you want to roll on it? I feel like me rolling for him just is boring. Why don't one of you roll?
I'll do it.
Okay. Let's roll a d20 versus 19. Let's see what happens. 1 in 20 chance it backfires. Otherwise, good.
I've somehow opened another tab. I don't know how I've done that.
You knew that the princess is not in this castle. Response there. Okay.
I got a 14 out of 19.
14 out of 19. That is a success.
Quite good.
Yes. Okay, so success is maneuvered well. So this is on the first charge. So you are, keep in mind, you are plowing into the enemy, which allows you to make this lance test. If you choose. You will get to choose. I think hesitant is if anyone sees you do that on the first charge, that's not good for you.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
That's social.
Yeah. But bold or orderly is perfectly acceptable for what you're doing. Because as much as you're doing something that puts you at more risk, you're also doing it as a cohesive unit driving into the enemy.
All right.
All right, so I
what
need
do we
everyone to
get for the
declare.
first charge.
You will,
Do we get anything specific?
Just normal charge bonuses.
yeah, you'll get a little bit
Gotcha.
extra glory. I want to say it's
I
like
believe it's
30.
plus. Is it +5 to the horse and +5 for charging?
I believe so. Yes. If they have a great spirit, depends on what we roll. We
That's
got to
right,
decide
yeah.
what we
Yeah.
got to decide what
We gotta
we're
figure out
fighting
what we're up
first.
against.
Mr. Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Before I decide who I'm fighting, and how I'm fighting, may I roll a passion, please?
You may just a reminder. This only works per round.
Correct. I am aware.
Okay.
This is the important one for me.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll my honor, and we'll see what I get before I decide how I'm fighting here. That is a 16 out of 15 failure.
Which does nothing, or is it a -5?
I don't think it does anything.
I don't think it does
15.
anything.
We're using the 6E rules, which are
So I will be fighting orderly because Perin like very nearly like takes the point in the charge, and then just at the last kind of minute is like, maybe I should just hold back a little bit more.
I like
so I will
that.
be fighting orderly.
I like that.
You know what? I'm also going to roll my honor for Sir Florence.
All right, let's see it.
Success. You know what? In the honor and spirit of his deceased half-brother, I'm going to go bold.
Ah, you fool! You are the
God.
weakest of us.
I am.
You got the passion roll though, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Early rip to Lawrence.
Early rip indeed. I would like. I would also like to roll a passion because I don't want Florence to die alone if it comes down to that. Damn you. I would like to.
I'll take you all with me.
Take us all with me, just through the power of peer pressure. I would like to roll my. Let's make it Loyalty Lord.
Okay.
I want to do the best that I possibly can.
I swear I heard that in a propaganda.
Oh, failure.
Oh.
Yes. With a failure, I'm gonna go orderly.
Yeah, good luck, Florence. You're on your own.
Orderly boys.
All right, so we've tested passions. Those cannot be tested again for the remainder of the battle.
Yes.
So just mark a note on that. We've got 2 orderlies and a bold. Shall we figure out who we're fighting? I say we go.
Yeah.
I say we go top to bottom, and then we'll figure out what Florence's situation is second. So give me a sec. I'm just gonna pull open the beginner Saxon armies, and I'll show to you guys just so you can see it, because I don't really care. All right. If we can get Liam to go first. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So I'm rolling a D20.
Nope.
20.
Let me think about this.
Oh,
because
you're right.
you are
It's 'cause it's
charging.
an opening charge. Yeah. So it's going to be a 14 plus 14 and a D6.
14 and a D6 for this. Yeah. Just for the opening charge.
That is a 17, sir.
17.
Drilled guardsman.
2 of them.
Times 2. Oh, fuck.
And they have great
They've got
spirits.
chainmail.
Great
Great spears and chainmail.
This should go
man.
really, really well.
Not the greatest.
At
All right.
least I'm not fighting 4 people.
That's true.
Well, we got the chart up. Let's figure out. So we got 2 drilled guardsmen on you.
I'll mark it down, Bob. You can move on to the next one.
Why don't we go to Mark? You're making 2 of these rolls. Mark, you can make a 1d6 plus 14 roll and the standard just 1d20 roll for your second one.
All right.
Oh,
Whoa,
Tan.
Whoa, Tan. Whoa, Tan.
That's not. Yeah. That's a lot of glory.
Oh, that's not
Shield,
as bad.
shield
3.
warriors. So just make a note: Wotan's men and shield warrior.
Wotan.
All right, and then last but not least, we have Thomas.
So 1d6 plus 14.
Please.
15. Veteran Elite Horganeth.
Yeah, it should be good.
Oh, Mr. Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Is it shield warriors? Because it's plus 14, is it not?
Not for Mark's second roll. I allowed
Not
him
for
to
the
roll
D20.
The
just
second
a
one
flat
doesn't
1d20.
count. Okay.
I allowed him to
Cool.
just make a flat d20 rather than
Yeah.
d6.
That's smart. That's good.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think he'd be in. Just wouldn't survive it. All right, so these guys for Thomas, just note the Librum sign means you're capable of ransoming this enemy if you defeat them. But it would take squaring off and actually downing them if you choose to do that, not just hitting them once. So it would mean you'd have to turn it into a duel effectively to claim them as someone you want to own.
Affect the pacing of the battle? Like, would that mean I wouldn't be able to go into the next round, or would that just mean it gets sorted out then?
I'm trying to recall. We had it once, the dueling part. Determine fate. Where was it? Determine units. Compare results. Was it in 2? Yeah. So you get a choice, right? You can resolve a duel. So yeah, it affects the pacing, but it also it's also a cool moment. I don't think anyone would have a problem watching you duel if you choose to duel here. So
Nope, I dig it.
yeah. So
See how it goes.
Yup.
do you choose to duel? I think you got to decide before the first exchange, according to the flowchart.
Got you. In that case, yes, I do choose to duel. I'm going to try and take this person down. Even if they've got a great spear, I think I'll have a slight advantage.
Okay.
Maybe.
And I will allow the use, like, if anyone needs to roll another, if you didn't fumble, so you're not in any, you rolled a low passion and you failed it, you can roll another passion as long as you're not in any sort of negative state like madness or what's the other one? Melancholy?
Yeah.
Sorry, I played
Yeah.
I played Adventures of Middle-earth recently, so I had miserable in my mind other than melancholy.
The same thing, more or less.
Really is. There's a lot of overlaps actually. But okay, so starting at the top, we have Liam against your drilled guardsman.
Drilled guardsman ×2.
All right, so
They seem quite scary.
show me what you got. All right, let's see it.
All right. So I do not get my horse bonus. I do get my charge bonus, and no passion bonus. So this is going to be a lance +5.
How are you dividing it amongst the people?
I am putting all of it onto one because I forgot that I had to do that.
That's fair. Just let you know, they both have a 20 skill, so one is for sure hitting you. I
forgot to do that.
I will note one thing: with a lance and a charge specifically, you get an extra +5.
I did get
advantage of a lance.
Yeah, so I will allow you.
You get
to,
charge and you get a lance.
Okay, so I do have an extra 5 as well, and that doesn't apply to both rolls. That applies to one roll or the other. Or doesn't apply?
No, your bonuses apply to both.
It plugs to one.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
I will allow you to step back your action because.
I will tweak that slightly. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna split it evenly across both of them. That'll mean that both of them are at a 15 anyway. Because I'll have a +10 total to either of them, and I have a 10 naturally. So I'll just roll again. I can keep that roll.
So 8 for the first.
19 out of 15 failure for the other.
Not a fumble, but very close.
That could have been much worse.
Here's what we got for them. Oof. They both hit. No critical. They both hit.
That's a real bummer.
Hold on. Let me just see what we're dealing with here.
That should be fine, right? I mean, what weapons could they possibly have?
They both have.
Great spears.
I'm just gonna roll one total damage, and we're gonna see what happens here. Keep in mind,
you can immediately.
Actually, hold on. You get your shield for the first one. Actually,
I do. Yeah.
So 66.
66. Right?
Minus what? 16. So here's the one.
Yeah, my armor is. Oh, I didn't actually.
Your armor's
test it.
10, your shield is 6, I believe.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
16.
that sounds right.
Okay, so the first Guild Guardsman does 6 damage
Hey, no damage.
after armor.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you already calculated it. I got excited.
6 damage isn't too bad.
Alright, here's the big one, and this is only minus 10. 17 total.
Whoa!
That's after
And
armor.
that is-
I already removed the armor, so that's...
Oh.
Yeah.
So 17 is the total between both of them.
Yeah.
That could have been worse.
What is your knockdown, sir?
My knockdown is let me see. Major wound knockdown is 11.
Knockdown is 11. Alright.
You can immediately see the difference between our characters just from going from like the favored sons to now. The first time you got in battle last time, you chased down a king and finished him off. This time you eat dirt.
Yeah.
I eat dirt. It's delicious.
Alright, so you're gonna make a knockdown roll here, which I'm trying to recall if that's dex when you're on horse or it has to be horsemanship. I know it is when you're on foot, it's like you're reeling, so it's a dex test. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little GM benefit here. You can choose your higher of dex or horsemanship, and thanks, Big Spoon. Yes.
I've got great
Someone in the
news
crowd
for you,
that can
Mr. Bob. I've
What's
got
that?
great news for you, Mr. Bob. They're both 10, so it does
Oh.
not matter.
I don't know if that's great news. So flip a coin and let's see if you fall off your horse too.
I
Hey,
succeed.
You did not. So you.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Fair warning. Perin has 9 hit points left.
What's your major wound level? What's it?
Major wound is 15. So, I think that's per single hit though, right? It's not between 2 different hits, or is it in general? If you
I
go
believe
below?
it's actually total. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like per round or in general?
Let me quickly check.
I think
I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure it's
Take
the
that
way you
amount
know,
of
Bob.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Thomas to double check in the book, just because it's been a minute since we've actually done a major wound. And while he's doing that, yeah, it's a single hit. Okay, never mind. We don't need the book. We got Big Spoon in the shout out again. So,
Hooray!
Yeah.
I thought
Big
so.
spoon.
Okay, cool. So no major wound, but quite a bit of damage still.
Yeah, still a lot of damage, but your first ever big battle and your first ever great charge, and you survived the first charge. That's not something every knight does. So congratulations.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure out what that factors into, but I think it's a loss for now, right? For the first round for you.
Correct.
Now we're gonna go to Florence. Florence, you've got the Wotan's men who actually get the 2 attacks, right? They get a well, let's find out if they have a great spear or not. So 11 or above, they have a great spear.
They do. I'm kind of fucked.
They do not get a great spear. They have a 2-handed weapon. Woo! So they have a heavy javelin first, and they have a 2-handed weapon, and you've got a shield warrior as well on you.
Yeah, shield warrior. Alright, I'm going to split my stuff. 3-way is 555.
555?
And I believe, yep, and the bonus I have in total becomes a plus 15, so I think I'm rolling at a 20.
Keep in mind the heavy javelin only does 46 plus 3, so it is significantly less than the other twos. Yeah.
Oh,
doesn't mean it can't hurt you. It
I
can
might
still
change
crit,
something.
but I will note that it's
That is true, but
javelins tend to
but
be
if it
pretty
crits,
close.
I'm fucked anyway, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go.
You could do 771.
Yeah, I'm gonna
if
do-
the javelin's not that important.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do 771.
Okay.
Alright, and the bonus I believe I have is plus 15 because it's 5 for being on horseback, 5 for charging,
charge, yeah. And then
yeah,
5
and
for the
5 for
Land
being
specific.
in.
You also were the
For
only one
your
who succeeded in
being
impassioned.
impassioned. Yeah. That's where the third.
So is that-
five-
Yeah, so yeah, that's for the third one.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so I have to do some math. 7 plus 15.
Tell me what
That's easy.
you're coming at first here. Like, do you want to? Why don't we deal with the javelin first? 'Cause
Let's
it
do
makes-
the javelin first.
Yeah, makes logical sense.
Alright, so this one is 1. It really is very helpful that my lance is a 15, so I just add whatever value I'm putting towards it.
Right.
So first javelin. 13 is a success. So even if they hit, I get my shield.
And what did you apply there? You just applied the 1?
Just the 1.
Yeah. Okay. And so they succeeded, but theirs was a partial success. Yours was a success.
Mine was a higher success.
So and
So
they
the
don't have a
javelin misses.
shield. So you succeed at that one. You succeed against the.
No, this was the javelin
this is the
attack, wasn't
javelin.
it?
Yeah. What I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
is,
Just the javelin.
you succeeded avoiding the javelin. That's how
Yeah.
that works. It does
Yeah.
not hit you.
All right,
Now, do you want the shield warrior or the Wotan man's strike first?
let's go for the Wotan. Let's
Okay.
do the
Wotan.
Wotan first.
Whoa, Tad.
It's a
whoa,
two-handed
Tad.
weapon coming your way.
Yep,
The
I have a
Wotan
plus
man
7
ain't nothing to fuck
or
with.
plus 15 to this.
I think it's
7 plus
Wotan
15.
technically, but that's we screwed that up on purpose.
It's the Wotan clan.
All right.
See, if we pronounce it properly, the joke doesn't work.
Ooh,
Ah,
that's not as good.
Not as good, but they do. So
Yeah.
partial success on their end. So they're gonna do 7d6 plus a 1d6.
This
if it were
could
one
kill
higher,
me.
yeah, if it were one higher, you'd be mincemeat. As
And
it is,
You
this
get
is
16.
very bad.
You get 16 off.
Yeah,
I'm
get
applying that to the roll. So
Yeah.
only 10 wounds.
Only 10.
I'm at 12 hit points.
Yay, low hit point gang.
All right, this is
It's not quite
Join
enough
the
for a
low
major
hit point
wound.
gang.
And it doesn't knock me down, because they're both 11.
okay. So now into the shield warrior, who is
Alright.
not nearly as good as these other folks. So why don't
Come
you go?
on, maybe I can at least kill this guy. Oh, another bad roll.
It could have been worse. You could have rolled an 8.
So I will note the only way they can beat you is if they crit. But I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
So they have a skill of
Yeah,
10.
Well, if they crit,
Yeah.
I die.
That's what I mean. Okay,
God, it would
you're good.
be
They
so
get a part.
nice to fight a shield knight rather than a fucking champion badass Bork.
Yeah.
Don't speak too soon. It may just kill me.
No, you. They only get a partial success on
Yay.
that. So
Yeah,
You
you hit them
live.
good, though they apply their shield.
yeah. So you.
I do horse damage. How much is a charger horse damage? I forgot to fill it in.
66.
We don't typically apply the damage anyways, but if you want just for entertainment purposes, why don't you see how
I want to
nasty
see
this
what I get.
Yeah.
This is the most amount of damage I think I'm ever going to do.
Don't
16.
say
Oh.
16 is not bad.
Yeah.
It's respectable.
Could have been worse.
Could have been
Lowballed roll, but so you dodged that. I'm gonna count the first one as a tie, and the second one as a win. I'm gonna give you a win on the on that exchange. Overall, you took a hit, you dodged one. That counts as. Actually, no. Sorry, I don't think I could do that in good cause.
I think it's.
I think you're at a
Yeah.
at a tie.
Yeah.
I think it's at a tie.
you
yeah.
won one.
Unless the javelin counts as a victory.
No, it doesn't. I don't. I think it's a win and a loss, so it
That's
goes to a
fair.
tie. So we're at
Yeah.
we're on to Thomas.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stick with my sword, so I won't be getting the lance bonus, but my sword is higher anyway. And I already said that I'd be doing this with a duel, so I'm gonna have to try and kill him. So I didn't. Oh, first you have to roll a 1d3. because this guy could have a great spear.
A 1d3. Why a d3?
Because he could have 3
Because
potential
that's what the
weapons.
thing says.
Oh, okay. It's like a... Gotcha.
Yeah, could have one of 3 weapons: a heavy javelin, a 2-handed weapon, or a great spear.
A 1.
Correct.
Heavy
1
javelin.
would be heavy javelin. Yeah.
All right, so heavy javelin. That works out for you, kind of.
Yeah.
But I think that means that typically, like, range is not a contested roll, and like it's not contested at the same time as the melee. Typically, it's splitting your rolls. Would you like to split your rolls, or would you like to just take a risk and eat the heavy javelin?
Let's see. I'd prefer not to eat the heavy javelin because it could hurt me. And even if it scratches me, that's a poor showing. But let me see. I have 15 skill. I'm on a horse, and I'm charging for the first one, so I get a plus 10. I'm gonna put 1 towards the javelin.
Yeah. Just the one.
So
That's all you need.
Just the one. So that will be versus an 11, trying to fight away the javelin.
Considering all he has is a javelin and doesn't have a 200 weapon or a great spear,
You're gonna have a better time fighting this man.
That's true.
If I interpret the 1d3 correctly, that
you
means...
are correct.
Yeah.
Well, it does say use javelin or melee.
Yeah, the other ones have potentially all the weapons on them. These guys specifically, it does specifically say that they either have one or the other. So,
I think he's all-inning on the attack. Then he wants to down you because otherwise he's toast anyways. There's no defense.
Gotcha.
So why don't we do his roll first then?
He's gonna be
Gotcha.
money. Is what he's
All
gonna
right.
be.
So here's his attack coming your way.
Alrighty. I am going to... Let's see. If that's all he has and he doesn't have a backup, that's very poor planning on his part, and I'm going to take advantage. I am going to put 5 into this and the other into the straw. I can't miss. I don't think I can miss. I'm going to put 5 into it. It's my honor on the line. I've got to hit him good with the sword at least once. So that'll be 5 plus 10, that'll be 15 straight. I just don't want to fumble. Critical on the block. Wow.
All right, so shield comes up. It would have been more
That's
wonderful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is something that was destined right for your neck, and I think you raise it and catch it with your shield.
Yeah.
Glances off.
That's better than in my head Galadriel from the Ring of Power. Just whoop.
Oh God. Sorry.
I liked it, Bob. Anyway.
I like a lot of parts, but not that. All right, so onto the next thing, and I'm okay with that because Legolas did lots of weird stuff in the movies, anyways.
So much weird stuff. Anyway, yes, shield comes up, blocking it, and it patters to the side, forgotten by my horse as I ride that guy down.
All right.
He's not having a good day.
No, he's not. 2 out of 20, you're gonna hit.
Can't block that.
So go ahead and give a damage roll.
18 damage.
18. All right. I'm going to suggest he has some kind of minor weapon, like a dagger, like something that would, or a small hand axe.
That he can pull out and then menace me with?
Yeah, I don't see how he'd be completely without any sort of backup as a melee. But he doesn't have, he doesn't have his typical, what you typically expect to see. Okay, so 18 does not down him, so we're going to complete this duel. So the next exchange... He pulls out his hand axe, and I'm going to go 1d10 plus 10 for his skill. 15.
The universe refuses to let you play a character that is not exceptional at combat. It won't let you do it.
It won't let me suck. It won't let me just be an intrigue boy. I've got to be a war boy. But yeah, as I slice across him and see the hand axe coming out, Edrich is going to, eyes widening, and just quickly turn, try to bring the slash down upon him.
Okay. He will in turn...
I don't get the first charge bonus, but I do have the horseman.
He has no shield, but he will in turn be using his hand axe against you with a skill of 15. So he kind of... He turns from the first slash and grunts and... it kind of stares you down. You know, sometimes their bravery is... I put 1d 120. That would have been hilarious. 1d20. There we go. Fixed. Yeah. Sometimes their bravery is impressive, the Saxons. I think that's something
you have to
might
give them
notice.
credit for that, at least.
Okay. Let's see your roll. We'll make you roll first this time.
Ooh, not great. 9.
They hit less. All right. So go ahead and give me your damage.
16.
Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
What did you do last time?
18. He should have an armor of 11, so that's 7. That's 5. 13.
Let me see what his armor is. Yeah, chain of 11. So 34 minus 22. All right. So
22.
Sorry, 18 minus 11, right? So we got 7 the first time, right? And then 16 minus 11.
5.
Okay. So 5. I just want to track it. So 11 damage is what you...
7 and 5. So it would be 12.
12 damage. All right, so my original number is good.
No, it was 10 off.
12, right there. Right above it. Right above 11.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
That was me being foolish.
All right. Let's...
I'm gonna smack him again.
Yeah.
As he's bringing his axe up, trying to defend himself, I'm just constantly trying to press the advantage, and not that well, because he crits, and quite heavily. Luckily, I get to apply my shield. This is going to be bad for me.
It is just a hand axe, so you're good there.
Just a hand axe.
What a fun
Well, I'm not
campaign
good
this
there
has
yet.
been, you guys.
It's
I'm so glad we got
isn't it?
I'm so glad we got to play in this campaign together.
So
What fun we're having.
5d6 times 2, and then we'll subtract the 16 from it after. So I haven't applied the subtraction yet.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
That's quite bad for me.
Can you survive that?
26 damage.
26 is one of less than my total hit points. I'm getting a major wound. I'm getting a major wound and falling down, which may kill me.
I think you're unconscious.
Well,
my
you
God.
get the knockdown.
Yeah, you're
attack.
unconscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good
Oh
point.
wait. You're
and-
if you're under unconscious, you're falling down.
Oh, yes, my unconscious
Yeah.
is 7, so yes, I'm falling down. I might be unconscious, and I might be taking 1d6 as I fall.
The good news is I
yes.
don't think that you're for sure dead, because Dallin got down to 0 at one point, and they
Exactly.
were able
Yeah.
to...
Yeah,
No,
you can
so
heal
long
till the
as-
following Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, the
Yeah,
end of the
well,
day you
not-
have to be at positive hit
The end of
points.
the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
the
they have
end of
to.
the
Yeah, they have to be stabilized.
So it's
So long as
1
someone
minus-
gets me to a surgeon, I should be good.
Yeah.
So you're -4 health. So
-4?
weren't you at 1?
Yeah. And
So
then
I rolled a
did
5.
Oh, I
Yeah,
understand.
I did 1 minus 1d6.
I'm used to... Yeah, I'm used to seeing the rolls themselves, not done on the
That's
back end.
fair.
But
I get-
yes, that's painful, and I fall unconscious. But no one can say I didn't do my job, and if I am crippled, I'll be the schemer that I wanted to be.
All right, so this is a really interesting, tragic run for the characters so far. So no one died in the first charge, but no one did well first charge either.
Nobody did well.
Okay. So I have some good news for you guys. The good news is you don't have to participate at the 14 plus 1d6 point anymore, right? You can go down to a 1d20, right?
So here's my question, real fast. Florence succeeded at his. Yes, he was the only one who did.
No, I got a neutral.
Got a neutral. Okay, so our total so far for this round, Bob, is -4.
Oh man! Wait, -4?
Yes, because you weren't. You didn't just withdraw. You were
Yes,
vanquished.
I lost,
So
and I
it's
lost.
-2 for you, and I
Yes,
fought 2
-2.
opponents and lost against both of them. So
I'm very sorry.
it's okay.
Well, good news, Thomas. You're going to be rolling for a Mig because he's stepping up in the fight now for the second round. He'll be having to take your spot
Excellent.
on the battle. So we're going to give you that. I think
Back to high stats.
the reality with this one, Edrich, is that they're going to be taking you hostage. That was the name of the duel. Ransom for ransom.
Yes.
So you will be...
That's...
and I think...
My cousin has money.
We could rescue you. That's possible.
Yes, it's possible that they could be routed without taking me prisoner, but
It's
we'll see
true.
how high the likelihood is.
Yes.
Yeah, our unit was not routed. We're just pushed back about as far as it can be before we're broken. So we're still in this.
Barely in this.
Still in this.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and give Mig a sword roll of 18. He's older. And then we'll figure out the rest from there. I think it's good enough.
Yeah. Is he on his horse?
He is. So he's not rolling this round, but in the next round you'll be rolling on behalf of him.
Gotcha. I'm preparing.
Okay. Now, let's figure out the outcome of this roll. So, -4 is what we're at. No one fumbled though, right? Or vanquished. I guess we lost one person, right? Is that what happened?
Correct. Also,
Yes. Because it was
Bob, I might have been wrong actually, because I think because we started even, we are if we're at -2 ticks, which we should be. I think our unit was routed.
Oh no! Wait, hold on. We got a success on the battle roll, right?
Correct.
You did.
But we had a combat disaster, which means that we should be at -2 ticks, and it started evenly.
Why does that? Just to clarify, so Mark ended up with a tie, not a loss.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So he contributes net 0 to hit to our numbers. I fought against 2 opponents and lost twice, so that's -2 there. And
They count as one
Edrich
unit
was-
though. It was one roll. For
Counts
you.
as one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's still going to be a combat disaster for us, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This is wonderful. This is such a different air, a different vibe
It's
from
possible.
we fought a king and won.
Okay, there is a way we could survive this. If you said that what's his name, Imig is gonna roll in combat, yes? Is he rolling for this round?
Well,
Not
he
this round,
he
next
gets
one.
to move up. Like the rule of this one is the guy in the reserve gets to step in
Gotcha.
to fill the blank.
Yeah, so he's gonna be in next round. Then yeah, I think our unit is actually pushed back and routed.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a good showing.
Obviously, you can handle things narratively however you want, but mechanically,
I think that's interesting. I mean, it's
it does
just
track. Yeah.
it's the first combat, and this wasn't an easy fight for you guys. You go in, you end up in an overwhelmed state. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna get out of the rolls, then go back to camera view here. I think what this looks like is we're gonna zoom in on Florence and Perin and a Mig who's telling you guys to kind of pull back, withdraw. Not flee, but defensively pull back in the fight. It's about now as we zero in on Florence and Perin. You notice Edrich's not there.
Perin double checks and keeps looking around, but they don't say anything. Any way to spot where Florence is, or sorry, Edrich is?
I will give you an awareness roll, but I want it at -5. It'll be very.
That is fair.
Yeah.
We'll have a go as well. Oh, actually, there's no point. I'm rolling at a 1.
Yeah, well,
That's a fumble, my
Oh,
friend.
oh.
That's not great for me.
That was close, man. Yeah, I think you both lose track of Edrich in the battle.
Florence, do you see him? I can't see him.
I don't see him at all. His banner disappeared in the fighting.
Perin is like has sheathed their sword. I think they dropped their lance at some point, and they're like kind of clutching onto their shoulder. That it like the chainmail is just tinted red all throughout that area.
Perhaps we should pull back with a MiG. Maybe he'll show up later. I hope.
It feels wrong.
I do not think we are left with much chance. All we can do is pray that he will be well. And hopefully we can find him later.
You're right. You're right. God be with you, Florence. God be with you, Edrich. And
Yes.
they'll keep falling back.
Okay.
Mm.
You know, I was gonna pause in for an early break, or for a break originally at the end of the battle. I didn't expect it to be an hour into the game, but here we are. So why don't we take a brief break? Before we do, I just want to note that I'm gonna say that at this era, the way the Saxons are, you know, they aren't. I think over time you're gonna see them become more like the influence of the Cymric are also going to influence them as they share one island. Right now, that's not the case. However, when they turn to recognize who Edrich is, they recognize that Edrich actually holds a political prisoner of theirs. So
He's a hostage now.
yeah. So there's going to be some opportunity there, and Edrich being a vassal knight, they'll most certainly consider that trade. So.
Yes, indeed so.
All right. Why don't we go to break briefly, guys, and we'll be back very soon. All right. All right.
I did not get my pineapple juice, but that's okay.
Oh no, Rip.
I know.
You should have.
I should have. I was looking at Book of Battle stuff instead. All
That's
right.
fair. That's fair. Maybe you'll have an opportunity during someone else's action here.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So we're gonna change scenes here. We are going to skip, I think, right into the winter. Not the winter phase. Sorry, like Christmas court.
Oh, no after battle wrap up.
You know what? Let's do a little bit of that.
Yeah, do some RP.
If there's some good, I want to take an opportunity anywhere where we can show our player knights and their reactions is good. If you guys don't have any plans though, I've got nothing to give you as far as the outcome. The battle math, I think the aftermath I'm gonna do as a lead into the Christmas court.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything that I specifically need to do with Perin and Florence. I wouldn't mind to check in with Emig, and I think it would be personally cool to see Edrich wake up. That would be fun. But other than that,
well, that's coming, but it's gonna come at a different point.
That's totally good. That's all good with me.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything for this. I'm fine to skip forward.
And then I am fine to skip forward too.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys some aftermath of what took place here. Effectively, the Battle of Mearcred Creek works out to be a stalemate. Like, nothing is gained, but there's no real sign of retreat. It didn't work out quite the way Uther had hoped. What makes it worse is there's a simultaneous battle that takes place, the Battle of Mildon. And I will show you all on the map here. So this takes place in Kercolin. What was not accounted for is there was a bit of a ruse here, and a larger Saxon host showed up, like, from Kent, arriving in Kercolin by ship to reinforce the small unit that had already started the invasion there. So the numbers were way worse there than expected. So the county of Kercolin and some of the area around it is actually now Saxon-owned territory.
That's problematic.
Yeah.
There are neighbors, yes.
So you can imagine Uther's mood going into our winter Christmas court.
I'm happy.
We'll give Mark and Liam an intrigue test.
Hell yeah.
Do.
Oh my god.
Failure.
We both failed.
God, yours just hurts though.
It's so painful to look at.
One off a crit.
No word on Edrich. As we go into the Christmas court, we're going to give Thomas an entertaining little piece because this is the royal court this is taking place at. Thomas, you'll be playing as Gortrix in a unique role here.
Wonderful.
He's back sooner than ever.
Sooner than ever and bigger.
You'll be playing as Gortrix. So let me just get rid of some of the folks that aren't here. Lots of folks are here, but I'm going to focus on just you guys more so than who's here from the NPCs. You can check in with me to see which NPCs are here.
Right on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why do we have Sir Florence up there? Edrich is not here. Florence is. And I should say Sir Perin now. There we go.
Yes, give me my proper status.
Yes, his title.
Okay, so Duke Ulfius is also present. I'm not sure why he's not on here, but It's not a big deal. Yeah, let's go ahead and move into appearance. Gortrix, you will obviously be automatically slated above the salt. You don't have to.
They forget the
Good,
king's
because I
bodyguard.
don't. Yeah, that's good because
Seated
I
on the
don't
floor.
have the character sheet. But yes.
Oh, you don't? Did we archive it?
No,
I also
I
don't have
expect
them.
so.
I don't have Perins either, or
I don't-
Talon.
I don't have Edwards. What am I gonna do?
Gortrix. All right, so this is your character from the prologue we did, and it should be back on your area. Can you see it and can you access it?
I can see it.
I can and I can.
Perfect. Okay. Gortrix is back in a limited fashion. We're gonna start though with who got the better roll here. So Sir Florence appearance is 11 out of 18. We need an appearance roll from Liam. He did it. Never mind. You're both near the salt then. All right. So we'll start with, let me shuffle the deck, and we're going to dive into this with Florence. But before we begin the actual rounds, we typically give a little air to what's taking place, right? So the general mood here is gloomy, obviously. A Saxon victory in Carcolan and a standoff in Sussex. People aren't particularly happy. Not really a lot of good cheer. The king is foul. He's holding lots of little whispered conferences with his dukes and other important figures. Roderick is not here today. You're
That's
part of
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
You're part of
He has a tummy ache.
Yeah, you're part of an entourage representing Salisbury. Except for Gortrix, who is, we might as well just show him on here too. So Gortrix is the new one. So the old bodyguard died in the Battle of 484. So he's been replaced by Gortrix, a former player character and current fill-in for Thomas tonight. All right.
Same family, far lower political stats, far higher fighty stats.
Let's start with Sir Florence.
Alright then. I think as Florence, I'm gonna draw another fuck me up card. Let's do feast deck.
All right, so check. Want to see something cool I figured out? I think I figured it out. I'm probably going to mess it up now. Hold on.
This is a good one for you.
It's somehow actually more difficult to read. Sorry about
Hold on. Let's see if we make it bigger and then we do it.
That's
no, it's still worse.
No, it's the same set.
Oh. That's
That's really funny.
All right, well, I'm going to do it anyways because it works. There we go. You're right. It's actually worse. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. A young serving girl flirts with you. Well, this is right up Florence's alley.
This fits. Let's go then. Flirting. Now, you know what? I would like to roll a passion.
All right.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what it would be.
Passion, sexism.
I wish I had something like that. It'd be too fitting.
You could do a little bit of lead in to see which one fits better. It might be hospitality, being a really good guest, or honor, being the fucking prettiest.
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like honor is just kind of this is what Florence does. He flirts with pretty much anything that has two legs. So yeah, this is a matter of honor to prove that he is the most suave gentleman.
Self-respect.
It's a matter of honor. All right, here we go.
I'll allow it. All right.
Success. All right. +5. Oh, it would have been a crit too.
Oh,
Are you
My
sure
honor
you
has
want
doomed me.
that?
Kind of.
Oh boy.
Oh well. Alright, so that's a +1 geniality.
which
And I already
means
have a
you
tick
get,
on flirting.
which means you get 3 at the end of this round.
I
Oh
wonder,
yeah, because I get 1 for the club.
I wonder what in this card. I'm trying to give this some like story context. So, oh you, you, oh you didn't critical success. Okay, that would be that.
No, if I didn't have the +5, I would have.
What do you guys suppose a bonus to geniality would be for flirting with a certain girl? Like what do you is that like getting a good reaction, like bragging with your fellow knights around?
Yeah, I'd say the bros notice, and the bros kind of like, hey, look at you, charmer, look at you, you know.
Just quickly turning into
also,
the people I gotta throw out of the bar
rumor
on
mill.
Saturday nights. So,
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, that's Goratrix's job now, so we'll see how it goes. But as it is, it's easy to see why this sort of thing would happen. Like, if the mood is very gloomy and people are just looking for, like, small or, like brighter lights, what light brighter than, indeed, the man who glows?
Oh
that's
yeah.
fair. All right, so any flavor or context you want to add to this? I think this is another more wine kind of situation.
Oh yes. It's very much more wine, and as the wine is pulled, being poured into his cut, he kind of brings it closer to him as if to force the woman that's pouring to kind of come a little closer, as he would lean in and whisper something along the lines of, I'm trying to think, something along the lines of how beautiful smelling the aroma of the wine, and how it doesn't compare to the beauty of the lady before him.
Okay, considering she's a serving girl, I think she just goes bright red. Like she's very pale, and she goes completely red as she moves on to the next guy and stammers over her words, asking the next one for more wine, which picks up like a lot of people catch the attention of. Or their attentions are drawn to her red face, and then they kind of look to Florence, and I think it just does well. Some of the ladies of the court kind of gossip about you, which they're probably already doing. So,
oh yes, it's Florence with his distinct cocky grin, and slightly shining teeth.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let people see the feast page. One sec. There we go. All right, and just a note, we have codtails for the first course.
Codtails!
Followed by roasted crane, and then white poultry meat stewed in wine.
Fish, bird, and more bird.
I just have of course, I'm not a middle-aged cook or anything. Codtails? The least fishy part of the fish aside from the skeleton?
Yeah, that's like that's one step away from eating eyes and skeleton.
Yeah, I've eaten fish eyes, but like the fish tails have the lowest amount of fish per fish than pretty much anywhere else.
You see, it's all about the texture, you know? It's about the
maybe,
the leathery
maybe
kind
it's
of
just super crunchy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like medieval chips. That's what it is.
Probably. I mean, I've had like the fish bone as a appetizer in Japan, right? So maybe that's.
Oh, it's not the fins. It's everything leading up to the fins.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
that would make more sense, actually.
Yes, that's just fish. That's just fish. That's good.
Fair enough. So we'll mark that aside. Make sure that we make note of Florence's geniality. One for near the salt, and then one for the +1, and then
one for the card. Already done.
Yeah. Right, on to Perin.
Perin. So Perin is quite embarrassed by their first outing. They thought it was going to go much better after their last conflict. So Perin's still quite sore, is not really enjoying the feast very much. They are going to kind of do an intrigue and try to figure out if anybody has heard anything about Edrich and whether or not they've been taken captive or if they've fallen or oh hey, isn't the one a member of Winterbourne Stoke?
The one is indeed, yes. You don't have to waste an intrigue for that if you don't want. You can always just do that.
I think here's what I'll do. I'll have Perin attempt to get information out of the one if I can get a meeting with the one. And then if that goes, and then since that's going to definitely go poorly because Gortrix has no intrigue, they will spend the rest of their action just like asking around, getting information where they can.
Okay. Yeah, why don't
If you'd like, we can save the Gortrix bit for the end of the round if you'd prefer.
No, I like this because Gortrix isn't technically, as much as he's above the salt, he's kind of a fill-in here. He has a very distinct role that he plays here. So why don't
I go to people, pick them up, and then throw them out.
Yeah. So if any of your cards actually pull a drunk like that, it'll be like Gortrix's eyes will be on them. Why don't you go ahead and test your intrigue, Liam?
All right. This is another failure. 17 out of 15.
Damn it.
It's one of them nights.
It is. It's one of them nights. It is one of them nights. Someone's got to be the unlucky one in feasts. Last time it was me, where I ripped ass in front of Count's rival.
I forgot to do that. Recap that. That was about
important, honestly.
20 minutes of laughing like a child. For me, man, I couldn't get over that. I think just the context of Blaine's, like it being Sir Blaine's, like here's my yeah. All right. So I'm gonna
kind of make his way to Gortrix.
You try to. You find that Gortrix is actually involved. He's actually already kind of ushering out a knight who's big and burly and kind of pushing back on Gortrix.
Damn.
All right.
It will come. It'll come. I'll make it happen.
And don't worry, there'll be more to this round. I know this isn't shaping up to be the most exciting round yet.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Let's
it fits with the current theme.
The theme of, wow, this isn't a good...
A theme of gloominess.
The nice get dumped on. Oh, yes.
One person's having a good time, and it's Gortrix, as he's just trying to lift this person up and bumping him against things and taking him out of the room.
I forgot to change the music, so I actually jinxed you guys. That was my bad.
We're fighting. We're fighting who?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that.
The war of the courtroom.
There's feast music, and I didn't cut to the feast music. So
I don't know what happened. I saw the head of what was it, Newton Manor? I saw him and I just suddenly got inspired by this intense rage and urge to stab. I don't know what that's about.
We all have that.
The head of Newton Manor? Oh, you mean Sir Jaren. Sir Jared's busy being a banneret.
Yes. Sir Jared's gone up in the world to a different place.
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on. It does fit the character for a character played by Liam to be filled with intense rage and try to behead Sir Jared.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do have a record with almost beheading Newton Manor people, though, I guess.
That is
Allies.
true.
We're gonna move to Gortrix. So for your round, I gave you a freebie. You hauled that guy off. It was just someone who was overly drunk. It was pretty easy for you to do. Actually, just for entertainment, why don't you give me a strength roll?
Alrighty.
Because if this ends disastrously, it might change what happens.
It
here.
might be funny.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
12 of 50.
With relative ease, you usher this guy out the door, and you turn around, and it's yours. You have a job, but often your job is better suited by you going around and paying attention to things. So what would you like to do?
I have one thing I'd like to do for RP value. I'm not going to draw a card for Goratrix. But
You can't
Goratrix...
anyways. You're above the salt, so you're good.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, god damn it. Suffering from success.
Yeah.
Goratrix is going to try and speak to the cohort that Edrich was with, because he went out on his first battle and he didn't come back, and has he heard any news?
You're checking in with who?
He'd like... checking in with his cohort, with specifically Perin and Florence.
The
Okay.
PCs.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
fair.
Guys, where the fuck's my cousin?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, why don't that's an interesting concept. Why don't we have Goratrix approach you two then? That can be your action. I won't make you roll kind of an NPC in this position anyways.
Exactly.
So go ahead.
I imagine after Perrin's role of trying to seek out Goratrix but having busy, he returned to the Salt, Florence as well, bidding the serving girl a farewell. And then you guys just feel rather than see a huge looming shadow just get cast over you in the flickering candlelight.
Oh. Hello, Sir Goratrix. Long time no see.
Indeed, Sir Perin, Sir Florence. It's good to see the both of you. I believe I had expressed my congratulations for your rise to knighthood, Florence, but not so you, Perin. Well earned and well deserved.
Thank you. I fought very hard for this, and I'm happy to have it. By any chance, you haven't heard what might have happened to your cousin, have you?
Now see, that was what I was going to ask the two of you. I see the both of you are worse for wear after the battle up north. I had wondered where precisely he was, but if you don't know...
Perin kind of rolls his shoulder and looks to Florence, Florence, help.
Perin's like,
I
got this. As Florence steps forward to Sir Goratrix and say, "Do not worry, my dear friend. I'm sure your cousin
yes.
cousin will show up soon. After all, I made sure to say many a prayers and blessings to the great Lord, that he may return safe to us. So yes, I think in God's great mercy, he shall be returned to us soon enough."
You can see a thoughtful expression on his face as you said the good Lord, and as soon as you say God, there's realization in his eyes as he goes, "Yes, got you. I know that." But we can only hope that he will return too. But
he was with us in the first charge at the... Which creek was it, Bob?
Mearcred.
And it was at a creek, Mearcred Creek. But our unit was pushed back pretty early in the fighting, and when we regrouped, he was gone. I didn't see him fall, though, so there's hope that he's potentially hostage. I had hoped that you had heard something about it.
Indeed not. No demand has been given, not to my house nor to the courts.
That's troubling.
Well, unfortunate indeed, but I suppose that's knighthood for you. I want the both of you to know I've lost people in battle too. People I have called dear friends, people
Perin's
that
shrinking.
I have loved. Yes, with all of my heart. And I want you to know, and Goratrix, as Perin is shrinking, is looming in closer, that I don't blame you. But if I find that he is no hostage, that he is not all right, and that he had died by some Saxon hand, there will be a path of red painted from here to whatever shores they call home. Now that's going to happen anyway. But I just want you to know that I don't blame you for it. If you hear anything, let me know. My ears will be out as well.
Of course. Thank you, Sir Gortrix. That's actually quite comforting to hear. Thank you.
Now, in the meantime, there is no use. I know it is difficult to hear, as you are indeed of the House of Idmiston. No, sorry, not Idmiston, of Durnford. But you do not need to worry about things you can't control. Instead, worry about the next battle. And indeed, if you can find out about where my cousin is, I would be very grateful.
That's right. I forget sometimes that you served with my cousin so long. Right. I'll do what I can to both maintain some comfort and also look for your cousin. He's a friend of mine, and I would like to make sure that he stays that way. Huh?
Indeed.
I shall do the same. I'll make sure to pray every night, and I promise, by Christ's very blood, your brother will be found and brought home safely.
Isn't Christ's blood like wine?
Yes!
That's
Oh,
actually
no.
super cool. I'm good friends with the bishop, somehow. But yes, he tells me a lot about that. In the meantime, I'm glad that Edrich made friends. He was always quite a
Charmer?
pensive, or yes, charmer, I suppose. But yes, I trust he will come home safe as well. I will be doing Hail Marys. He nods like to Florence, just like to
Florence
get his
quirks an
approval.
eye and kind of nods slowly.
In any case, rest well. The injuries pass quicker than you expect.
All
Of
right.
course. And with that, as Gortrix walks away, Sir Florence would turn to
Perin?
Sir Perin and go, "What a nice man. Who is that again?"
That was Sir Gortrix. He's the one, and also...
Oh, he's the one that was suspected of,
The Nude Knight, yes.
Yes.
That's something that we don't really talk about very much anymore, but you were there for that. Well, not for that. I was there for that, but you were there for his hearing.
Yes, I was.
That's right. This feels like it was so long ago now. He's
there
nice,
must be
quite
something.
nice, very large, quite terrifying, honestly.
Yes. Well, I must say he is quite a reasonable gentleman. You know, for a pagan. With that, Sir Florence seems to turn away to have his glass filled up again.
All right.
Is he a pagan?
Let's go into round
I
two.
kept it such a secret.
Round two.
Round
Florence, what do you want to
two.
do, buddy?
I am going to draw another feast card.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. I'm getting all the charming cards today. May we dance? A lady asked you to dance.
All right. So lady
Okay,
asked you
so
to
this
dance.
is-
So this is just a simple... What are you rolling? You're testing your dancing with this.
Yep, testing dancing.
Are you already have a honor, right? Bonus? Did you pass that?
Yes, I did. So I do get a +5, and I get +3 from my current geniality.
Yeah, so you've got a nice big bonus for this roll.
So I got a +8.
Let's see how it goes.
Dance, boy. Dance it up. Dance,
Success.
boy.
Plus
Plus
1 geniality.
18. Woo! It's out of 18. Wow. Dancy boy.
Yeah. Dancy boy.
Did we have any Did we have any big characters, NPCs that you were linked to in the last one, Florence? I think Perin was Perin the
There
one that
was
courting.
Perin
somebody?
was the
Perrin
one
got the girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got
I got
the
the
girl.
one.
Sir Florence had interacted with the Countess Pomponia,
Ah, yes.
and I think that was it. Otherwise, I think it's been serving girls.
It was a pretty short feast, I'm pretty sure.
it was.
So in 3 rounds. Yeah. And I was out for one of them.
That's right.
That's right. Interesting. Who am I going to have this be? Doesn't necessarily a lady ask to dance with you. I like the idea of it being Pomponia. Yeah, it's gonna be Pomponia. She's absolutely.
That is what happened again. She quite likes the
Great.
dancing with the with Florence.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Unless you want this, because I will give you the option. This could be something if you want more of a romance opportunity with Florence.
Oh no, I think this is funny.
Okay, good.
I think this is plenty great.
As long as we're tracking, I like to workshop these things a little bit with folks. So just bringing her,
Especially if the other dude shows up again and is pissed. I don't remember his name.
Oh yes.
Neither does the Baroness Pomponia. So, good.
All right. You're almost not wrong there. All right. So she says, she kind of comes out of the crowd and ends up standing beside you. Before you turn and you look, she's standing right to your side. She says, "Ah, Sir Florence."
Ah. Lady Pomponia. A pleasure again.
It seems you've fared well enough in the battles. Well enough for a dance, perhaps?
Of course. As he would hold his hand out.
And she'll take yours. All right. I think before we do the rest of it, let's test dance and see how this goes. Wait,
you already
did.
dancing.
You did test dance. Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I can test it again.
No. 6 is you succeed. All right, so this is going pretty well. I think the thematic piece there then is this also allows you a little bit of an opportunity since it's her targeting you. There's also a little bit of an opportunity to intrigue. So she mostly makes small talk with you, asking how your family is and how things are in Salisbury. How your health is, and then trying to keep mostly in optimistic kind of conversation.
Yeah. I think, Florence definitely indulged her for a little bit, but after a little bit of time, he would kind of change the topic, attempting to learn a bit of information, like inquiring. So, how goes your nephew, Duke Lucius? I hope the Battle of the Saxon Shores has been going well. At least better than what we've had so far.
Well, things are difficult, but they're safe. Safe enough anyways. They remain in the Duke's castle, and he is well looked after by his charge. You definitely threw her off a little bit. She's very good at intrigue. You can tell she's a bit caught up with that. So there's definitely some nervousness coming from her here.
Well, I do hope the Duke has been well. I've heard many whispers from court of the unconventional knighthood, but he seems to have done well in his position despite such a young age.
Unconventional is simply an opportunity left for those that deserve such things. Perhaps he is young,
I think,
but soon enough he will be a man, and a fierce one at that, if his charge give him the proper education, as I have firmly asked for.
I see. Well, that is fantastic news indeed. But I, for one, do quite understand his plight. After all, I was knighted before before I was technically of age.
Oh, is this true?
Yes, I was knighted a year before the official knighting of those that would in the year I was born.
Fascinating. You can tell that like she was more interested before you followed up with a year. You know what I mean? It being 1 year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She says, well, Florence, you seem to be rather skilled at this, socializing. I can't say that I've met many knights that are from Logris that are as capable as you are here.
Well, I've always been told I have a way with words and a silver tongue, as it were.
A silver tongue? Well, that isn't always mentioned as a good thing, you know. In fact, quite the opposite.
I suppose it is fair. And perhaps it is better to say mine is made of gold.
She
Sweet
smiles at
and
that.
shiny.
I think at that point, with the song finishing, she pays you a proper curtsy, like bows low, and as per the end of the song, and she says, "It has been my pleasure to have this opportunity again."
And it has been my deepest of pleasures as well. Thank you for your time, Baroness Pomponia. As he gives a proper full bow towards her.
All right, and Goratrix, please test me awareness.
Absolutely. Failure. 16 of 10.
Oh, we're having a night.
Don't worry about it. It just means that if someone makes trouble, I get to stop it.
All right, we're moving on to Sir Perin.
Sir Perin's turn. All right, so I gotta get my shit together. I gotta become a volumetric shit compressor. Perin is Lady Bronwyn, Bronwyn, the lady that I flirted with that I'm courting, actually, or that I petitioned her father to court. I don't remember if he said yes.
Yeah, he did.
Is she around?
Yes,
He did. Cool. Is she around at this particular feast?
She is.
Wonderful. I'm gonna ignore her until next round. I'm gonna do my duty first, and I'm gonna retry my intrigue to try to find out if anybody's heard about Edric's status, if anybody has made an attempt to ransom, or what the Saxons even really typically do with that, because I'm not sure Perin knows.
Okay.
Speaking as Edrich, my guy, she's not the kind of person you can afford to piss off. She's scary good.
She's scary good. She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
She'll
She's
be
here.
fine.
I'm gonna say hello to her in the right when the chicken soup or the poultry soup is coming out. I'm gonna talk to her then.
Okay, go ahead
We'll
and
have a nice candlelit dinner.
I imagine you're going around and you're kind of socializing to the best of your ability with those below and near the salt, probably, to find out if anyone has heard anything about this. Why don't you go ahead
if
and
anybody's got any idea.
you can give me an intrigue roll outright, and then we'll go from there.
That is a 16 out of 15 failure again.
Wait. Did you include your geniality from last round?
I did not. I did not include my geniality.
Yes.
I forget to do that every time.
In that case,
That's a
your
critical then.
geniality would have been yes, because you just got one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
so
16 of 16.
that's a success.
All right.
Critical intrigue.
Critical baby.
Very nice.
So you're going around asking about the status of Sir Edrich and if ever anyone has caught wind, correct?
Correct. And if anybody has any leads on it, potentially.
You hear someone just behind you.
Oh. Perrin will kind of turn around and go, "Oh, Can I help you, sirs?
Oh, Sir Perin. I thought that was you.
I be he, yes?
Durnford, yes. We couldn't help but overhear that you were asking about Sir Edrich. This is the knight, de Winterbourne Stoke? The one that went missing at the Battle of Mearcred.
Correct.
Creek.
Yeah. He was in our unit, and we lost track of him in the retreat.
So you
heard
have
something else?
Well, yes. A bit. And also, yes. And he looks to his brother. Well. And then the brother starts talking. You should come with us if you want to know more.
Interesting. Hey, Mr. Bob, with my critical intrigue, is there any reason that potentially the duo might want to compete with the one for some reason? Is there any reason for that potentially?
Not that you're aware of. They're known to have very distinct roles in the court, and the duo are the socialites of the Uther's group. They're the ones.
Very interesting.
Yeah, they're the
probably
ones,
his spy and his diplomat, right?
You could draw that conclusion. Yeah,
I will draw that conclusion myself. Perin will be I see. And he looks desperately to try to make eye contact with somebody that he knows before he does. Before he agrees.
I mean, they might be Varus and Littlefinger. It should be fine. But
yeah, exactly. He's like, somebody please notice that I'm going somewhere with these people. Florence, nope, he's eating something. Gortrix, oh god. And whether or not he gets somebody's eye contact, he will still be like, certainly, I'd be happy to hear what you have to say.
All right. Why don't we get Gortrix to make an awareness roll?
Oh yeah, baby.
Gortrix, please save me. Save me.
Gonna do my best, but you understand it's a coin toss. A coin toss which I succeed, 6 of 10.
All right. You see two things. You see the duo going off into a side room with Perin that has a look like, oh dear God, this is not good. And then at the same time, you see this older drunken knight just glaring at Sir Florence, and he stands and starts marching over Sir Florence's way.
Oh no. You've got an RPG choice here, buddy.
Yeah, as time slows and the meter starts going on, as Lee looks around to save Clementine or the other guy, I can't remember. The little ghosts of his mother and father that speak in his head are like, no, listen, you can help your family. And Gortrix really wants to do that, but also right the fuck now, that angry drunk knight is going to stab the shit out of his friend's brother. So he's going to try and intercept the knight who Gortrix can't remember, and Florence. Just putting a big meaty hand on his shoulder. Perhaps you've had enough.
Let's see. So he is size 17. What's Gortrix?
Gortrix, because of the major wound he took, is also size 17.
Okay, but you have a very major role here. As long as he doesn't fumble his courtesy. No, he just failed it. He grunts and looks your way, and then turns in a huff to march off. But as he turns, he knocks a servant who had what the hell was the third feast item?
Chicken.
White poultry meat in wine. So it's the wine goes everywhere over a few people as he storms out of the room. Now, if you want to try to like push or usher him out, you can. But it looks like he's going to see himself out. He's turning the opposite way to head off. In a huff.
Now, under normal circumstances, that kind of thing would start fists flying. But this isn't a tavern, and he is a knight, so Goratrix can't, punch him in the back of the neck. And he won't. He's seeing himself out, and he's probably going to find himself a cool patch of stone to lie on until morning.
Okay.
At the moment, he's just going to maybe right people who are knocked over by his passing. Maybe see that the servants are okay. And then from there, just is Florence aware that the person was trying to come to shank him? Yeah.
Meanwhile, Florence is completely unaware. He's just laughing in mid-conversation with someone.
Yeah, you see that he's just left the Baroness Pomponia, who I think Goratrix knew previously. So
yeah.
She's a VIP. So
hair flip.
You track her anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Goratrix's eyes are on Florence and the Baroness Pomponia and this guy, and his head, he's doing internal calculations, but all of the answers run the error of politics. And he's just going to keep a mental image of that guy in his, just in his mind palace, such as it is, his mind Chuck E. Cheese. And he's going to make sure that he and Florence are never alone in the same place.
That's honestly really fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that we can give you all that for free. You can tick awareness for the success there.
I already have an awareness tick on me.
Okay, we probably didn't resolve your last season with Goratrix. That's probably why.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
He's peaked.
Yeah.
Man is peaked.
Why don't you just give me a year end from the previous roll real quick? Just test it real quick and see if you get over, and if not, tick it again for the season.
Yeah.
That's good. So you raise it to 11.
Yeah, I know.
And then tick it again.
11 and I tick. Very nice.
All right, so it makes sense. That'd be a lot of what he's doing now.
Yes, just looking at people and eyeing them, seeing if they need to be thrown out.
Also, don't forget that you get the +2 geniality around for above the salt as well.
That's right. That's right.
So that would affect your awareness.
I haven't been keeping track of my geniality, but I shall do so now.
Oh, only for the purpose of your bonus rolls, I think, is more important than the glory.
Yeah,
itself.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna resolve Sir Perin's little piece here. So before we go into round 3, so you end up in a room with a duo. They say, "Why don't you have a seat, Sir Perin?" Keep in mind, this is off a critical, so I'm gonna test something for them. I'm just gonna roll first. Okay, they rolled less than you, and they have a higher intrigue, so they didn't critical.
Wonderful.
So you beat them in this scenario. So this is going to go in your favor. That's
okay. Can I get any read on what they're trying to do here? Because Perin will try to turn any disadvantage into an advantage if he can, but it helps to know what they're trying to do.
They want to get information on you and not share information around this particular topic. Yeah.
Okay. That is very helpful then.
Yeah.
Perin will kind of smile and sit down and goes, "Of course, I'm honored to be in the presence of the duo themselves. Well, I've seen you around the court, but I have yet to make your acquaintance. But it seems you know who I am."
The twins, they introduce themselves as Sir, I think it's Canuck and Sir Karak.
Canuck and Karak!
Yeah.
I love that.
Didn't they have other names which had duo in them?
No, yeah, they that is the trio.
What a shame.
That's my bad. Sir Minidis and Sir Minidalis is their names. Sorry,
Yes.
Minidis and Minidalis.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Minodos and Minodalis, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I
yeah,
see.
they
I
have
see.
those in them.
Yeah, that was the trio. I was mixing it up there. Which you can find on the Obsidian portal, which I'll link real quick.
Yeah.
So they introduce themselves. They have a lot of courtesy, so they're very polite with you. And they say, "You were inquiring about this Sir Edrich. Rumors that they went missing on the battlefield. What could you tell us about that?"
Oh, well, it all happened so fast, of course. You understand. It's not my first conflict, but it was many of our first battles, and there was so much happening. It seemed like a great crash as our knights, our horses, bashed into the front line. I faced down 2 soldiers myself, and I saw that Florence to my left was fighting too himself, quite boldly, if I do say so, myself. And, Edrich... Yes, Edrich ended up facing someone who seemed like they were pretty well equipped. Might have been something worth a ransom. I believe they were fighting for some time. Or maybe it was some kind of magician.
They look at each other and then look back to you. Would you say that Sir Edrich is a trustworthy knight?
Well, I don't know the man very well. We've worked together before as squires, and I trusted him enough to fight by his side. That certainly says something, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. It's always trustworthy, the men you fight beside. That is a standard protocol within any military battle, of course. But what we're more curious about is, well, would you say he's a Knight of Caliber? One that perhaps, do you know, does he have any history with the Saxons?
A Knight of Caliber with a history of the Saxons. Well, don't we all have history with the Saxons? I mean, there's very few homes. There's very few manors that weren't touched by the Knight of the Long Knives, of course, and, well, they're constantly raiding our shores. I wouldn't consider myself somebody with a history of the Saxons, and yet I was at Humble Creek Manor when they attacked it and tried to pillage what was valued there, hurt the women. These things are worthy of history, don't you think?
They both smile at you and nod. Of course, of course. You can tell that you're doing really good at giving them the runaround, and they're kind of playing. They're playing much the same. They're not used to someone keeping up with them. It's about that time that someone walks into the room and says, "Ah, there you two are. Father was just... Oh, sorry.
Oh, my prince.
Ah. Sir Perin. Sir Perin, yes.
Correct. I'm honored that you remember me.
Your cousin was very much worthy of memory, so your house is easy. As for your name, they mentioned it a few times.
Appreciated nonetheless. Forgive me for delaying the duo here. They were being quite helpful. I was trying to figure out if they had any word on Sir Edrich. He was lost in the battle, and they said they had some information for me on, well, whether or not he was taken ransom or whether or not he fell.
Yes, I heard he was recently transported up north to Nohot. Do you know why? And they both look at him like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they both just give him a look like, what are you doing? Yeah, they're not super happy with that.
Perin, the second that Madoc does that, Perin, like, looks at them and smiles real wide. just tips the hand a little bit that he knows like what they were doing, and he's very happy with how this turned out.
Yeah.
I see. So he lives. That'll make excellent news for Gortrix at the very least.
I believe he lives, and it seems pointless to transport a corpse. But we've not heard any reference to him or about him. I don't really understand what a vassal knight would be. Well, I mean, it's not like he's renowned. No offense to him. What good could they possibly want from this? And one of the twins jumps in at that point and says, "Yes, as we were about to advise the prince after our investigations, we're actually trying to determine what value he might bring for such an unknown, though potentially worthy knight, to be held hostage by the Saxons. That's not... Well, they are not men of Logris as we are. They are not men of honor such as we. So this practice seems strange to us."
I see. This is why Gortrix wasn't informed.
They raise a brow.
Perin does not elaborate. He goes, regardless, I'm sure your concerns are unjustified. I imagine that it could just be a simple matter of a recognizable crest. Gortrix's family may not be one of the most wealthy, but he does hold a position in Uther's court to some degree. It could be that somebody recognizes the shield, someone that Gortrix has fought with. He's made his hatred of Saxons well known, and applied it quite clearly.
Madoc says, "Excellent. You two, father's still waiting." And they kind of look like they're like, "Oh, what?" And he's like, "You should be on your way." And they both bow politely to you. There's a look like we're not going to entirely forget this moment.
This isn't over, yeah.
Yeah. But they smile and both bow. And
it was charming to meet you both.
You as well, young sir. They both bow. With that, you're left with Madoc, and Madoc says, perhaps you should consult with Gortrix. Here, I have a seat for you, above the salt. I'll find one anyways. There's a knight I don't like anyways up there, and he's annoying me. So we can sit on the floor for all I care.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm honored. I will do that. I have to admit, I feel as if I hadn't earned it. Our first charge was somewhat lackluster.
Well, I can't say I understand. Mine was rather glorious, but these things are hard. He just says, taps you on the arm. Best of luck.
Thank you, my prince.
If you can consult with the missing knight's cousin, Gortrix, perhaps.
Of course.
Perhaps he can make sense of this all. I tire of these games. I don't really understand the Saxons unless it involves me running my blade through them.
That seems to be the mentality of a great few, or a great many. Thank you once more again.
I wish more would adopt this policy, especially that Gorlois mutters.
Give it time. It seems that there's no shortage of grievances to come.
No shortage indeed. With that, he nods to you. He doesn't really bow, and heads off. All right. Just a reminder, that was critical. So
yes, very good. Oh, yeah. I get to tick.
Yeah. And that's why it worked out so obviously in your favor.
Yeah, that went real well. I'd like to think it was my excellent roleplay and charm that got me to a position that was super good.
You did. Good job. Rolls mean nothing. Rolls without roleplay mean nothing. How's that?
Yeah.
I've had people critical things and then roleplay them so poorly. I'm like, no, that's not what happens. Like those things are incompatible. The way you know.
Yeah. I've seen people talk themselves out of critical successes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Or at
absolutely.
least have to say, forget what you said. It would be something more like this. I've had a couple of those non-socialite folk in my games. You guys are not one of them, which is why you're on my stream with me. Let's go ahead and dice are a useful piece. All right, let's move on to round 3. Actually, no, sorry, I did kind of count Goretrix's action. Unless you had something specific, I counted it as the awareness, so I kind of threw you in there for that piece.
No, 100%. That's probably what Goretrix would be doing. He went to stop someone getting stabbed on the dance floor, and that's enough for him.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to round 3, starting with Sir Florence. I'm not adding a lot in between the game, but just because of the positioning of this one, it's not like you're a trio of cohesive unit right now, so it makes sense that you're not getting that in between time to socialize. It's sort of got to happen in the round. Florence.
What is Florence going to do? You know what? Just because I like making bad decisions, so Florence is actually going to attempt to flirt with the Baroness Pomponia.
All right.
Oh, no!
Oh, okay.
You just hear like the cracking of glass as that guy just like jumps in through the window.
He returns just to fight me.
Oh, she's not like she's like the most dangerous and powerful woman in Logris. That's fine. We're fine.
This should go really well. So it's a flirt roll. You remember all your geniality bonus plus your honor. So
I have plus 11.
All right.
Damn right.
Woo! Who's ready?
Now, this is one of the rare cases
ready.
where a successful flirt will cause more problems.
I'm hoping for a critical, just because I know it's going to bite me in the ass.
Let's see.
Oh, yes! Oh, God. Oh, no. Florence.
Bad decision makings for the win.
Oh my
Bad decision
god.
mating. Perin, you need to stop.
That too.
I can't. I'm dealing with spies.
I know.
This is what happens when you leave Florence unsupervised.
All right. So,
Never again.
what does this look like? How does Florence approach? Obviously, it's going to sell well. So, I think you made a positive impression the last trip.
Yeah. I think it's like after some time, like after the dance is done, Florence having a few more drinks, eating some food, but then he would kind of bring up the courage to kind of waltz over, very suave as he does, slightly swinging with not quite drunkenness, but a little bit of a tipsy in there, as he'd walk over to the lady and confidently sit next to her and turn and go, "My dear lady, I just had to add, I think you are truly one of the most beautiful women I have ever known in my whole life. Your appearance is akin to the very angels themselves. In depictions of Eve, I would imagine your beauty is truly a proper, fitting model."
I think she's already kind of had her eyes on Florence for the night. Like, you know, the first time it was probably to piss off the guy, and then probably the second time. But Florence did a good job with the dancing this time, and she's pretty deep into the wine. And I think normally she probably gets a lot of attention like that, though not typically from someone of lower station. right? It's almost like amusing to her.
This is ballsy. Yeah.
You're also her junior, which she finds very entertaining, and she just smiles and says, "How nice of you to say." I must admit that I wouldn't expect such courtesies to come from a place like Salisbury. I would expect it instead from the mainland, perhaps Aquitaine. Does your family dwell from there? Or Rome,
we have had
perhaps?
some musings. We find ourselves very connected with the Roman cultures of old, especially one with the faith. In fact, we were one of the very few that did not abandon it in pursuit of a newer, less trod-upon road.
She smiles. I think, given her name, it's very clear that she's of a Roman descent as well. And I think you strike at the perfect chord for her. It's like, yes, a fellow Roman of the faith. Well, this makes sense. It seems I do have good taste then.
That is certainly the case.
Tell me, Sir Florence, if you're not too busy, I intended to retire early. It seems this feast, despite your best efforts, is very gloomy, and I believe I've had my fair taste of it already. Would you mind accompanying me safely to my room?
Of course, my lady. I would
escort.
love to.
Okay.
Of course. I am, if anything, a gentleman.
Oh no.
All right, so you critical, so I'm going to give you an option here. She will most certainly be offering Florence the opportunity to join her in her chamber tonight. You can make it, you can test chase versus
I feel like it needs to be a roll.
Do we add in the -5 for chase for drinking if you're deep in it? You can add
that's a good question.
maybe -5 plus your honor, and
Yeah.
So what is your bonus right now? Like +9 normally without the -5?
Without the -5, it would be. I think it'd just be 6. No, 7, because I get one for succeeding on flirting with my geniality.
What is your geniality though?
Yeah.
It should be
His
7.
geniality, yeah. At the end of this round, it would be 8.
8.
Because 1 from succeeding at flirting and 1 from being above the salt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Thomas, remember there was I'm just calling on you because you have pretty good memory with the rules. We dealt with a drunk
Thank you.
thing, a drunk chart, right? And it was
Yes. I believe it was a constitution
-5.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. Why don't you test us? Why don't we start with the con roll first?
Okay, let's go. So I'm looking to fail to be drunk. Or succeed to not.
No, you're looking to succeed. To succeed is
No, succeed makes you not drunk.
no success is +5 to flirting or 8 lustful, reckless, indulgent,
Oh, yes.
valorous, -5 to everything else.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do lustful +5, and then
Alright.
your if so. First off, you can choose if you want to just go through with it. That's an option. Otherwise, you can test.
Fail.
You can you can do.
I believe in you, buddy.
So you're
I think I'm gonna roll for it, but I will do with the -5 +5.
okay. So
Before you
lustful.
roll, I just. Oh, sorry, you go.
Lustful will be a +5 to flirting, right? Chase
Yep.
will be a +5 to because of your honor test.
Oh, so both
And
will be
I don't think
+5.
geniality will apply because this is an actual
Alright.
Yeah, it's not courtly.
Okay.
Before you do roll, I just want to say the last time Edrich was unoccupied, was occupied, Perin ended up getting hitched, or at least getting drunk and courting someone. And this time, while he's unoccupied, you end up having a tryst. I think Edrich just needs to be around you guys when you start dating.
Constantly, yeah.
Yes.
We can't be trusted around alcohol, really.
No. Alright, so first one up is Chase with a +5 for honor. Oh my god.
3 of 18. It's a pretty low roll.
And then Lustful. 3 of 8.
That's very funny, Bob.
I think this might be a roll-off when you test them both again. I think it's only fair.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Because otherwise it's just you choosing. And then that's...
Chased even lower.
I think if you roll a 1 again, it's like you're hesitating and she just terminates it. Like,
no, Lustful failed.
Are you not certain?
No, wait, did you add? Oh, yes, you did.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the chased wins out.
All right.
So Florence takes her to her room and bids her a good night.
Okay. All right. So we'll fade to black on that scene. Good, sir. You are currently betting one of the most important.
No. He bid her good night.
Oh.
He succeeded on chased.
Correct.
He wins.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So no need for a fade to black. He walks her to her door.
That intrigues her. Yeah, definitely. I think it infuriates her at first, but I'll think longer about the character and her response. Right away, you're like, "Ooh, she's not happy with that." So.
Fuck.
All right. But the heart wants what it can't have sometimes, so that might.
I'm wigging out, man. I'm wigging out.
All right. On to Sir Perin.
Sir Perin. Okay. I need to talk to Goratrix, but I also need to talk to my girlfriend. Is it going to be an action to do both, or can I get Goratrix at the end of the feast?
Talk to your girlfriend, and I'll talk to you.
Okay, I like this plan. Perin would like to go and sit over by. I guess he's above the salt, so actually he'd like to invite his lady above the salt to join him for a moment. She can't stay there, but she could, I assume she can't stay there, but she could be impressed by how cool I am above the salt.
Okay, so you're gonna invite her with you. Okay. So are you thinking a courtesy roll here with all your geniality bonuses?
I don't know. That would probably be pretty good. What am I at now? 3?
What's your?
I have
your geniality.
2 geniality.
But you
No,
criticaled
not
on the
2.
intrigue.
Oh yes, 2. Sorry.
Oh, so is that worth 2?
Yeah.
Is criticaling worth 2? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm at 3 then.
Got you. You're at 3. Sorry about that.
Yeah, let's fucking do that. I'll have an 18 in courtesy.
Okay. God.
Yeah, Perin will use his thing to kind of bring her up and sit her down, and we'll giggle at all the different stuff. Try not to make too much of a fuss.
All right, let's see it.
Hey, that's a success.
Awesome.
Finally.
All right, and her name is Bronwyn, right?
Bronwyn,
Correct.
yes. Lady Bronwyn.
I'll go dig up her stats. I know we left her kind of purposely vague in case you wanted to court her.
Yeah, I think it said she was from Newton Manor, which we decided was not the case.
It was.
we decided
There's
it
always an or. So I'll just show you an example. So there's she's from Vagan or Linden County. So we just went with her later. She was a foreign, but still in Logris, if I recall. Just a different county in Logris is where she was from.
Yeah.
I do not remember. I could pull it up for you in a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm already looking.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. But Perin invites her up and is like, my lady, I have been graced with the ability to sit above the salt, and I would hope that you would join me for some time up there. You can get a great view of everyone from up there.
I think she looks surprised and then is very flattered, and she says, "Of course." And she kind of looks to her family, and they nod approvingly.
Thank you. You honor me with your presence. Plus, it's quite fun to watch the one throw out the drunks. Quietly, though.
I think we cut back to Goratrix, and Goratrix just has walked over to two other knights that seem to be arm wrestling him, and he was just kind of watching their arm wrestle carefully, make sure it didn't get out of hand. So,
Yeah, to see if one of them pulls a dagger, and also like leaning perhaps uncomfortably close as like unofficial referee.
yeah, you're probably curious which one of them is stronger.
Yeah. Which one would I take in a fight? Both at once.
Make sure you tick courtesy on that, Perin.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely do that. And
courtesy's already
she is
ticked.
from, yeah, she is from Caerwent County.
Caerwent, okay. Do you want a quick recursor to where that is? That is...
I could use it.
Okay. It's just north of the lands that were taken by... so Caerwent is basically part of the Saxon shore. So it's north of Caercolin that was just claimed by the Saxons.
Haha, I am not racist against Saxons. That's no problem with me.
Okay. She is not Saxon herself. She is someone that's in vulnerable range of the new Saxon landing spot. So,
Well, I almost died recently, so I can protect her. No worries.
Yeah, you can add a +1 to any courting you do with her in the official system later, because you spent an action doing this.
Yeah, and I think they'll just kind of sit up there and do what they did last time, which is goof on different people and like, all right, that night I saw he's telling a story about how he slew a massive giant in the battlefield, but I saw him and I'm pretty sure he was caught under his horse.
She laughs at that, and she just seems to, like, not in a fake way, she seems very intrigued by you. So she'll hang on your words as you're talking. She's very involved in anything you have to add, and she's actually pretty good at socializing as well. So she mingles well. Not necessarily in an intrigue way. You do get the impression she's a bit more innocent in her thinking, so she's not like Pomponia.
Yeah. She's doing well. She's getting people in the above the salt to laugh when she makes jokes and things like that. I get you. Right on.
All right. So I'm just gonna check something. So I think it's a Moor, right? Is that the name of the? I just want to deal with something for Florence here. Okay.
When the moon hits your eye, like a big pizza pie, that's Amora.
All right, so she is currently enamored at a 13 for Florence, so that's going to be.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hot game.
Nice.
Who's that?
It's the Baroness Pomponia. So.
Oh, that's oh boy.
She didn't get what she
Not
wanted.
as high as it could be.
Yeah,
that is
Still
deeply
decent.
concerning to me.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna quickly cut over to Goratrix.
Yes, got you. So one of the last things that I saw from Perin was him getting taken away by the duo, who are really good at knowing things and refuse to tell Goratrix things for some reason. He's going to go and talk to Perin.
Okay, yeah. Why don't just give me 1 second. I gotta fix something real quick, guys, in the other room. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'm gonna leave you guys open. Someone tell a story or something. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, I've got no stories to tell right now.
In the beginning, there was nothing.
Oh.
But then, you saw it. Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, we're doing this bit. All right.
You're walking in the primordial void. There's no one around because they haven't evolved yet.
Yes.
But then suddenly you see him out of the corner of your eye. It's Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You know what? I wasn't sure, but you know what? You've won me over on this bit. I'm into it.
Mhm.
I'm into it.
Cool.
Oh, I should be
He
getting
brandishes a
pineapple
knife
juice right
of
now.
pure uncreation. Yes, get your pineapple juice.
Pineapple
I will, in fact,
Fuck you
be back.
guys. I'll
Mark,
be back.
distract them. Distract them. I'm really sorry, everyone.
There once was a man
I
from
can't stay
Kent.
here. I would just go to the bathroom otherwise.
He had a trouble battling his tent. Try as he might, he couldn't win the fight. Now he's back in Kent.
Not a bad on-the-fly limerick. All right, he's been about more than 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Alright. So how are y'all on the stream doing? You guys doing good? So, how about this weather we're having? Pretty weathery. Oh, fun! It's 1 a.m. for me too. Great. And I'm glad you're having fun, Rebecca. It's great.
Did I
Alright.
beat Bob back?
I'm back.
Ha ha ha! Perfect
Hey!
timing.
All right.
Welcome back.
All right.
Let's move on to the next point. So this was Goretrix. You were gonna go talk to Perin. Is that what you were doing?
Sorry
think-
about that.
Oh,
Yeah, Thomas is back. Yeah, we all got up
we
and
all-
just got back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, what were you gonna do?
I was going to talk to Perin,
Okay.
as I promised Liam.
It's true. Okay, why don't we resolve that?
So Perin, I see you've met this lady. And Goretrix doesn't quite recognize her, but doesn't want to say so.
This is Bronwyn. She's a friend of mine.
Bronwyn. Well, it's lovely to meet you, Lady Bronwyn. I knew a Branwyn. She was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Good. That's
Yes,
exciting.
Sorry. I've come to talk to you because last I saw of you, about the same time that someone was going to, well, shank Sir Florence, I saw you getting carted away by the duo. Sir Menodos and Menodalis didn't say anything, did they? They had that, I have a secret and I'm not telling you look on it.
I believe they suspect your cousin to be a spy. For the Saxons.
What?
Perin immediately like shh, shh. It's just a suspicion.
Of course. Goretrix seems far more amused than he does, like, outraged by the accusation. Right. Edrich the spy. That has a ring to it, I suppose, but why would they consider it?
I'm not entirely sure. They used the opportunity of me asking around to see if he was alive to, well, they were trying to get more information on him. And it seemed as one of the things that they were most careful about indirectly getting answers to was his loyalties, how he felt about Saxons, and implications on why the Saxons might have taken him hostage, as they felt that he wasn't valuable enough. On the plus side, I do believe that Prince Madoc said that it has been heard that it is likely that he is being transported north and alive for now.
Good old Madoc. By which I mean the prince is, very wise. That's good to know.
That's another matter, though, because both Prince Madoc and the duo knew that your cousin was alive, and yet the duo seemed to be making an effort to make sure that you were uncertain of that fact. It's not like you guys were apart.
Indeed. Worrying, but I can guess perhaps why they would want me to not know. They don't want me to, well, rivers run wet with blood, intestines, blood, viscera, the whole works. Because, of course, I have my duties here in court.
That is certainly taking the best approach for it, yes. Still, that is what I was able to find out, and I'm uncertain of how Saxons treat their prisoners, but I know you told me not to feel responsible, but I have done something, and I wish to do more if you can think of anything else I can do.
You have already done very well in telling me of this. The fact that there are those in court, colleagues of mine, who play games with the life of my bloodline. Well, that's
Rivers
interesting. Yes.
run red.
But I should say this. You have done more than I could say, just by walking around and talking. I'm not very good at that. When people talk circles around me, I just in one ear, out the other. So that's very good to have. I have no illusions about my ability when it comes to the game of politics, but if there is more you wish to do, if there is an opportunity to rescue him, trade for him with something that is not particularly, in that it would not go out of your way, I will reimburse you. I may not have too much, but I have enough. In the meantime, I am mostly going to be around the king, around the court. You, as a young knight, will be more afield more often. You can find more out.
Payment's unnecessary. Like I said, he's a friend of mine, and I'd like the opportunity to get to know him better.
Of course. He's a very good boy, got a lot up here. Decent fighter. But, honestly, I think he spent too much time around the Newton Manor. But, that being said, though he is my cousin, I love him as a brother. If anything should happen to him, well, I've said.
Of course. It was nice getting to speak with you again, Sir Gortrix, as well.
And you as well.
I have to admit, ever since we rode together, I have always wanted to aspire to be the kind of knight that you've become, that you've been. You've been somewhat of a minor hero to me.
That means a great deal, even if you amended it with minor. But, rest assured, your story, though it might appear as it is just beginning as you are most recently a knight, you are a phenomenal squire, and an already superlative fighter even before you were struck by Sir Roderick.
Well, I have to say I don't feel extremely supreme. Our first charge went rather poorly.
Skill matters a great deal when it comes to battle, as does strength, speed, numbers. But the most, pressing factor is often luck. Whether it's your fellow or your shield who gets the arrow instead of you, whether you strike and slip and fall and try to behead an undead person and then fall off of your horse, or strike at them and take off their hand at a wrist. It all comes down to fortune.
Yes. Was that a saying?
What do you mean?
Never mind. I have one more thing. Were you always such a fine swordsman? I've seen you in action, and that was some time ago, but you were incredible.
will say that I did not come out of the womb swinging a sword, though I was naturally quite large, and I worked on my strength quite a deal, especially as a squire. I was decent at the sword to begin with, but my trick, I suppose, is practice. Practice and study. That is how anyone gets good at anything, beyond mere talent.
I see. Well, thank you, Sir Gortrix. This has been very helpful.
No worries. And you have been very helpful to me. Keep at it, and you will have other chances to prove yourself. More chances to win. In the meantime, I have questions to ask. I will be at the high table. I will see you later.
Okay. So that concludes our round 3 of the feast. About this time, Florence has wandered back in. We'll give Perin and Florence an opportunity to maybe chat, even though Perin's at, above the salt right now. He's not at the high table, so you could still mingle.
Perin waves.
I think that might be it. Hey, that's
Florence
probably...
should come over.
Yeah.
All right, so if there's nothing to add there, guys, I think we can go ahead and probably close this scene up, unless there's anything specific you wanted to deal with.
I'm good.
With that, I like the idea of Gortrix going off on the duo happening behind closed doors.
Okay. We're gonna cut scenes then to a dank, dungeony room, and
Lovely.
2 big bearded thugs grab a young man, pull him by his hair, and pull him. He's beaten, wounded, but not dead. They haul him in front of somebody, and they throw him on the table in a way where they're planning to pin your arms down. It's Sir Edrich.
Indeed. As this happens, before we get into the scene, should I roll attribute loss for my major wound?
Please do.
So, the things that I am prepared to lose are dexterity and nothing else. So if I roll a 2 and a 6, that will be great for me. So I'm just rolling a d6.
I believe in you.
Appearance. I lose a dot of appearance.
I called it. I fucking called it.
Oh my god.
It was the one that you wouldn't part with last time, and it's the one you wouldn't part with this time, too.
I know. My appearance is 6 now. 16 now.
Yeah, 6.
I'm still handsome, but I'm less so. I need to grow it back.
There's still 1 higher than me.
There's now a considerable difference between Florence and a lot of you.
Yes.
For the first time.
But yes, thrown to the table, like wounded, sores like barely healed up and still slightly weeping. Sores weeping. Edrich isn't weeping. He's a bit out of it. He just lets out a pained grunt as he is shoved down.
Okay. Just give me 1 sec. I forget this guy's name. I think it's important. I'm also going to change the music because this is not good music for this. There we go. What is your name, Sir Knight? You can't see this guy. They have you bound, almost bound to the table, so your arms are just laid out on it.
Yeah.
And you're able to kind of look up.
This isn't something that Edrich would lie about. That's not the kind of thing that knights would do, even someone twisty like Edrich.
Do you want to test?
What are the advantages of lying? It would just mean that I'm not associated with my house and they'll talk to other people, right? So, with no, advantage for lying, I'm not a compulsive liar.
Yeah, I don't see. In fact, what's your honor?
15.
I would say that lying is not
Yeah.
necessarily your, especially if you don't have a super high
A
suspicious
reason.
or
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Edrich is just going to grit his teeth, try and look up, and he will say, Edrich of Winterbourne Stoke.
You hear one of the men say Winterbourne Stoke. And they say, the man in front of you says, good. I recognize your shield and your coat of arms. You have something that's important to me. And now I have something that's important to you. With that, he takes his axe, and you can feel it just barely miss your head, and it plants really hard in the wood beside your head. And he says, I will
Can I roll
leave.
Valorous to avoid yelping?
Sure, yeah. Why don't you do that?
Success. Gortrix grits his teeth and doesn't make a motion to show that he's afraid. He's very afraid, but he doesn't show it.
We will use you to get my cousin back. But
Your cousin.
you are an honorable man, and so I will offer you a choice. If you wish it, I will behead you instead on the morn. Otherwise, you will be ransomed back to your house in trade for my cousin.
Now, here's where Edrich differs from what I would consider normal people. Does Edrich know who his cousin is and try to work out in his head, am I more valuable than this person? Do I care more about my life than what it can bring to my family? Does he know of the person of a Rattleshirt, basically, who Gortrix captured a year or so ago?
The man with the horse bone skull. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do test intrigue. I think outside of a fumble, there's no way you don't know. Especially as the Lord of the House. Yeah. Yeah, you
3
know.
successes.
Yeah. You know, but it's
3
not something
successes.
that's been
Yeah.
super important to you because it's been a matter of holding him as a political prisoner. And the lines of communique aren't exactly open super well between the Saxons and the Logres. That's why you guys haven't, ransomed him back or executed him. You're also kind of waiting to hear if the king has any particular action. Like any particular preference. If they'd like to execute him as an enemy of the state versus a ransom. But you know law well enough, it would be within your family's right to negotiate a trade for your life here.
Yeah. Now, again, where Edrich differs from normal people, he knows that that's a pretty important prisoner, at least as far as Saxons go. He's certainly not going to invite himself to be beheaded, but he probably knows that if it were anyone else, they'd be well within their rights to just throw down a vassal knight, and Baldric, his uncle, could probably do that. So Edrich is going to, at the very least, play it safe for now, because he doesn't want to get murdered in the morning. So he's going to say, yes. Yes, word can be sent, and that can be arranged.
We will see to that, Gimrick. With that, you see him pick up his axe, and for the purposes of the camera panning in on him, it is King Octa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay, quick. Someone teach me alchemy real quick. I need to poison him.
So, this will conclude kind of your 485, but we're going to do most of the winter phase. I want to know if you guys want to do that now, or if you wanted. The unfortunate side would be doing it at the beginning of a session. I don't know if that's great. I will put the caveat out there that we may or may not do the menoral stuff this year. We're gonna see how it goes. I'd like to get into it. I just don't want it to drag too long. So let me pull up. Why don't you guys give me a brief minute as we cut over? I'm gonna look at what I need to get us started on this. I didn't expect us to get.
I like
this
it
far.
either way. So
I thought we'd be in the battle for the entire.
for much
I didn't
longer.
think about it, yeah.
No, believe me, I thought so too.
Yeah. Well, I know these are totally different characters, but I figured between like I figured passions would go really well for you guys, and you guys would be rolling pretty darn well with the passions, and you know,
That's hilarious.
it did not work out that way. I'll take note of that.
Even if I had rolled a passion, that crit would have still messed me up.
Hello.
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 So we have a new person. Hi there.
Oh, gotcha.
Primrose Harmony. This sounds familiar.
Wait, what was I going to say? Yeah, that axe to the face messed me up. And now I am significantly less pretty. Well, significantly. I am 170.
Okay. Let me just pull this up here. Okay. So we're gonna play this year a little bit fast and loose, and I'll work out the details. Remember what I sent you guys in the Discord chat a while back? There's like a picture. So I'm gonna throw that in for you guys again. You can help me slog our way through the winter phase portion of this. I'm gonna also tell Mark, for whatever it's worth, you've caught the interest with that critical of Baroness Pomponia. Whatever that means, that's a thing now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's gonna go so badly. She's so dangerous. I'm
Just
so
wanna-
jealous.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
jealous. It's
Wait.
so bad. It's so good.
I wanted to ask a question, but I want to ask it the best possible way. Is her previous husband dead?
yes, she's a widow.
Good to know.
Oh my god, if you managed to pull this off, you were gonna be the trophy husband to the most powerful woman in Logris. That's incredible.
I don't think she's Logris, is she?
She is of Logris. Yep.
Yeah,
Jesus,
because
Lord.
she's-
Oh, gotcha.
She
Saxon
is.
Shores.
Aunt.
Got you.
Yeah, so her title, I can give that to you real quick. So she is. Sorry, I keep stalling out. It takes me a sec to look it up. She is
Also, out of curiosity.
Lady Pomponia, Baroness of Claria in Caerwent, and the Sand Dunes in Silchester, and Custos of the Duke of Saxon Shores. Duke
Out
of the
of
Saxon Shores.
curiosity, would I earn glory for marrying up?
You do. You earn glory for
Most
marrying.
certainly.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Now, I'm not going to share in or out of character what her intentions would be and if they would involve marriage, but you've caught her attention nonetheless. So you can take that
Forget
as a
trophy
player.
husband.
See what I can
Be a
do.
Boy toy. I just imagine, like, in my mind's eye, Edrich, like, rattling the bars of his prison cell, going, no, they need me back there. They're making bad romantic decisions.
We're going to start with ransoms. And before Thomas cries, why don't you give me an intrigue roll to see if you lose all your opportunity here. Because you had captured a equivalent of a knight banneret, which would have, as a Saxon, probably would have been 120 librum that you would have been given as a house.
Oh.
Well, it is a
Can
success.
A success.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Can I roll a passion for this?
I don't think so. I think this is your steward, not you, kind of thing. So
Fair enough.
Because you're not in a position. You know, in Crusader Kings, when you get captured and the deal's way
Yeah,
up here.
exactly. It's my steward doing it.
Yeah, that's 100% what it is. But they will, out of fairness, give you an extra 4 librum for the trade.
Got you. With that intrigue roll, is that what I get out of it?
Sorry, I thought you'd already rolled and succeeded. Yes, a success is just going to give you that, and that's it.
Got you.
Yeah, you get an extra 4 librum.
Alrighty.
Equivalent of capturing a sergeant is what you got from that.
Yeah. Well, that is money wasted, but Edric's more upset about it than he is relieved that he's alive, I admit. But yes. So that's 4 librum. Let me add that to my thing.
All right, and then our next dive, we dive right into experience checks. Did I post this for you guys? Yeah, I did. Okay. Forgot.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So experience checks. Why don't we start with who wants to go first to do all your checks?
Any volunteers? Because I'll take it if you guys don't.
Go for it. I am in jail.
You're in RP jail. Very fun. All right, yeah, I'll go. Just rolling the stuff that I got ticked, yeah?
Yeah, so just check your ticks right now. Call them out maybe as you're rolling them, just so they...
So, chaste is ticked.
Okay.
Energetic is ticked. Oh, I should call them out as I roll them.
Yeah, just so the anyone watching can follow along.
And I'm looking for fails on this, yes?
You are, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, so chaste first, no chaste. Unticked. Energetic. That is also a success, so no upping on that. Unticked.
Here come
Generous.
all the successes, right? I hate these rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Fail on generous. I am now more generous.
Good.
There you go.
Okay, next, I got 14 generous. That's well to becoming pretty cool. Modest. That's a success on modest. I am no more modest. Spiritual. I did see a unicorn. Unfortunately, I'm not more spiritual.
Unicorn ain't shit.
Yeah, unicorn ain't shit. Whatever, man. It was just a horse.
It
with
would
a
have made you
horn.
more
Who cares?
spiritual, but it also chased you, and you didn't like that part of it.
It did. Yeah, honestly, kind of magic's kind of a dick. Not into it. Temperate. Fail on temperate. I'm more temperate now.
Yeah, not bad.
Perin quite liked the drinking. Did not enjoy the hangover.
Yeah.
Valorous. Success on Valorous, so no up on Valorous.
That's unfortunate.
So close.
I also ticked Honor, so I'm gonna roll my Honor. That's a fail on Honor, baby.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Nice.
It is now my highest passion. Next, Courtesy. That's a success on Courtesy. Unticked. Intrigue. That's a success on Intrigue.
Now you get the success.
Yeah, exactly. And that is everything that I had ticked.
That makes a lot of sense with all the intrigue trouble around backfiring.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go to Mark next?
All right, I'll go next. For one question, I don't remember what we decided, but with bold, do you get to tick Valorous during combat?
Yes. Yep. Yes, you do.
Good. So I do have that ticked. Okay. First up, spiritual.
Otherwise, there'd be like no good reason other than extra
Spiritual
glory.
success. Spiritual goes up by 1.
Nice.
And worldly down by 1. Next up is Valorous. Not any more Valorous.
You being more spiritual is very fitting.
Yeah, it really is. Courtesy.
Nice.
My courtesy goes up. Flirting.
Fuck yeah.
Flirting goes
Well
up.
deserved. Well deserved.
And then
I agree.
intrigue.
Yeah, it would almost make no sense. Oh,
Intrigue does not
so
go up,
close.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Champion flirt this one.
I think that's it, yeah.
And on to Thomas. Yeah, there wasn't much in the way of. I think all of you. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and give you all a battle test. If nothing more, you learned something. And I think that's the idea of it. So
Yeah.
everyone can test battle. Liam and Mark, you both can. Right here.
That's a fail. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, it's a success, unfortunately.
I learned some things. I am a
I'll
learned in
save
one.
mine. Yeah. I'll save mine for when I'm going through the rest.
Florence learned that unfortunately his hair gets really just distraught in the
Yeah,
middle of combat.
Lots of blood, lots of sweat.
Yeah.
Not a good
I
look for
imagine
this.
like he's got like a really nice one of those cloth-like coif things that he puts over his hair before the chainmail goes on.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
I actually have one of those in my suitcase of armor there, but it doesn't help. It just overheats my face. Anyway,
All right, go ahead and give us your test, Thomas, for Edrich.
let's do it. None of my personality traits were ticked, so I got nothing there, but I do have honor ticked, so I'm gonna roll that. Come on. Nah. The furthest away it can be from something good. Unticking honor. Intrigue. Bleh. Unticking intrigue.
Blah.
Recognize, I don't expect this one to succeed. Anyway, so that's not an increase, right?
What did we decide on that? Right, because it has to be over. Is that what it is? That's what we decided. Yeah.
I'm with
think
Cynical
so.
Gaming mostly because they agree with me, which is that a crit should make something increase.
I don't hate
I would
it.
think it would, otherwise you can't increase above 20.
Yeah, actually,
Mm.
that's a good point. Yeah, I think a
Yeah.
crit will count as a plus, not a
Mm.
bonus. It's just one. Yep. 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank God. I go from 3 to 4. And with the additional battle test, that's everything. I have increased 1 stat. Yeah,
Incredible.
that's Edric's year.
Okay.
Very good.
There's one other thing you can test, which is, what is the opposite of reckless? Is it prudent?
Prudent, yes.
Go ahead and test prudent.
A success on prudent. So,
So no. Okay. The reason why you were testing that, by the way, is it was actually a test of your valor. They were going to trade you away anyways. They weren't going to kill you.
yeah.
It was test
Oh,
to see
so
if
he
you were
could have said,
actually as brave
"Kill me
as you
if
were.
want, nerd."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That would have gotten you a tick on valorous if you chose to die for your family. It's
Oh.
kinda-
Well, there will be time to die for his family later. As
Yeah.
it is, he's
So
just
young.
getting started.
You're so
Also,
young.
he thought he could maybe escape, but he's very wounded.
yeah.
But yeah, that's everything.
Okay, so that was quick for that piece. On to the next one.
Yeah.
Which is aging. No one has to age. It's not a thing. Family survival. Let me just pull this up. So we have no one that's recently born, and no one had. Is anyone choosing to have an illegitimate child?
No, I'm courting a lady. I gotta focus
Yeah.
on that.
When would have Edrich found the time is more of a question that I'd like to ask.
Right. I don't see the
So no, thank you.
and I don't see the reference to the courting part of this, so we'll have to look that up in a second. But roll family members on surviving table. Do anyone you have old members of the family, like 40 plus? I think you do, right?
I think so.
I've got
think-
one, Sir Baldric. Well, Baldric.
I gotta find that damn chart again.
I got a few. I got a few aunts and uncles.
My stepfather was killed under suspicious circumstances.
And none of you have. Oh, that's what it is. We actually test that to see what's going on. So, child survival, we're not gonna have to deal with because no one has a child.
Yeah.
And then I think there's just a random roll. I thought there was an age roll where it's like when you're past a certain age, you got to test to see if you die.
Yeah.
We'll go the light mode on this year rather than doing it that way. You'll just roll a family event, which I think was the next thing anyways, right?
Yeah.
A character may die if after aging, one of their attributes goes to 0.
No, there's a role for NPCs, I'm almost positive, in your family, right? Where when you're over a
Yes.
certain age.
Understood.
No old knights in any of our families, I don't think. Based on the
No,
Pendragon
Old
exchange
family
record.
members,
Yeah.
though, could be your aunts and
I've got a
uncles.
few old family members, yeah.
I
Family
don't
events
know if
table
that's true.
GM.
Yeah, we're just going to do the family events one because that'll work because that
Yeah.
tells us if there's a death in the family. There's a chance that there's a death in the family. Just looking it up. Family events, okay. Death in the family. So you guys are rolling a d20 to see what your family event is.
All right.
Got you.
Alright.
We'll fine tune this as we go. I was planning on starting with this in the next session.
Yeah.
Oh, I got family member is missing or lost.
All right.
Which, I mean...
I got a 9, and I do not know.
Birth
what
in the
that means.
family.
Oh, wonderful!
Yeah.
Great, another one. Awesome. We got plenty of mouths to feed. Fucking Christ.
What's 16?
16
16
is
no
no event. This is nothing for.
Amazing.
Nothing.
Okay, so make it so we have someone that went missing in the Winterbourne Stoke and someone a new birth in Durnford. Remind me of that after session. I'll flesh out some details there.
I'll type it down.
So family economics, calculate misfortune. So weather, fortune, misfortune, event, common or justice. I really, really, really want to do that stuff, but we might come back and deal with that. Unless you guys, do you guys want to slog through in economics, or should we skip economics and kind of just do a quick lead into that?
I kind of want to
We
do
come back.
economics. But
I
that's okay.
kind of want to do it too, but I prefer for our characters to be more established, like in how they do things, before we get to like justice and stuff. Was the
That's a
crown,
good
my lord?
That's a good point. That's up to you, Bob. I'm fine either way.
Why don't we
Yeah, likewise.
at least see how long it takes to do the rest of this stuff? So
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll skip step 4 for now and go down to horse survival. I'm using Eric Vulgaris's little thing here too. I'll share this with the chat, and then it's there for folks to see. Oh, that's a Discord link. Oops. I hate how Discord offers its own link for that stuff. Well, hopefully it opens up. If not, rip. So, lifestyle expense. No, that's still part of 4. So 5 is horse survival. So there's a breeding horses option here. So you can choose for your horses. You can choose to breed a horse if you'd like. I recommend it because your horses do die over time, and then you're not paying for the next one.
Is there any disadvantage
Yeah.
to doing such a thing?
Not really. No, that's why it says do it. It's not like an option or a choice.
Yeah. Well, horses is like a commodity that Winterbourne Stoke has a lot of, so yeah, we're breeding more.
Okay.
I did not get a horse birth. There's no foul play in my home. I'm gonna run to the restroom real fast.
You mean foal play, I guess.
Fuck.
So close. I got a 4, so I think that's a success.
Yeah.
2. Is 2 a success, or does it need to be
I
higher?
believe it's anything over a 1 is what it
So
said.
it's 2 plus.
Perfect. Do my horses have any traits?
I don't think any of ours do.
No,
Yeah,
not
I think
yet.
we need special ones.
We'll work on that. I probably need to chat with Eric about what he does there. But for now, it's worth noting you probably both end up with another round C because you don't have someone to mate your charger with yet. You'll have to figure something out there. Like you have to have another charger to mate with, but you have 2 round C, so you can have a 3rd round C.
There you go.
Indeed.
And we'll get into details because those horses' ages matter too for this. So we'll have to, like the horse gets -1 on a roll for each year over 7. So if there's any mention of the horses, just note that the horses are a year 2 is what they're going on to. Otherwise, we'll just track it by the game, and we'll figure out the best way to try it. Yeah. So after 7 years, they start making death rolls on the horses, which is why breeding is very useful. Experience improvement. So here's the fun part. You get so we've changed it. It's no longer a D6. It's 5 skill points. So you just get 5 if you choose that option. That's 5 skill points to anything under 15, 1 skill for anything over 15, or 1 attribute or passion point.
Well, unfortunately, I am going to be putting in just 1 point into something. I'm increasing my sword to 16.
I was quite tempted to do the same, but then I realized sword fighty bad. I would like to increase my intrigue to 16.
I'm going to put 5 into sword because I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Sword.
Oh, wait, actually, that's a good point. If I can put 5 into something, I might increase my courtesy a little. No. I'm great. Other people can go fuck themselves.
That was
No,
sounds
it is
like
the
a
other
courtesy
knights that
fumble
are
right
wrong.
there, actually.
Am I so out of touch with the courts? No. It's the
No,
other
it is the
knights
courts
wrong.
that are wrong.
It's the course that are wrong.
Yeah. I know I lost appearance. Can I get appearance back?
You can.
And
The only thing you
it's
can
not
is size. Yep.
Oh, the only thing I can't is. Oh, man.
You're out of touch. You're out of touch.
What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip a coin, which I have here. Heads, I'm going to say I increase appearance. Tails, I'm going to say I go with my intrigue. It's very much a Richard III versus a Richard II thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright. No! Ow. Okay. What is that? It's an Olympic coin. Okay, it's got the head on the other side, so it's tails. What did I say?
I don't.
do not.
I
I
do
have
not
lost
remember.
The plot. I have lost the plot entirely.
I lost the plot too. We can look back on the VOD, but I'm pretty sure I said intrigue, so I'm going to increase my intrigue.
Yeah, I think intrigue was second.
I'll get my
so,
appearance.
yeah. Okay. So that is Thomas's decision. Mark, do you know what you want?
5
I already did. I put 5 in sword.
5 in sword. Okay. That brings you to what? Just curious.
15.
15. Thought so. So this reflects training, right? So I take it Florence is accommodating the need for, wow, that didn't go well and I need to be more prepared next time? Is that the idea?
Exactly.
Okay.
Very much so. It's him, like, shirtless, battling against a wooden mannequin.
Yeah. yeah. Okay, and what did Liam choose?
I chose sword. I'm upping my sword from 15 to 16.
Okay. All right. So that is our experience improvements. Now we're going to calculate glory.
Let me add the geniality we got to the glory chart.
That battle did not go super well for the glory game. You only got two. You only got 2 rounds there. So
It is quite the difference. We fought a king. We fought and slayed a king last time. This time, our first battle.
We
Fine.
got our ass handed to us.
We got our asses kicked really bad.
I will say that at the moment, Florence is kicking ass at the glory game. He had 75 from last time, and now he's got 80 more. That's 155. Perin has 85, and I got 25.
and that counts what we just went through with court.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I haven't
So
given
what
you
am I at?
anything for the battle itself, right?
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything for the battle.
Okay. Let me just see here.
So what was I at? 155?
155, yeah.
Weird. It doesn't. Where's the glory? Oh, is this because I switched books? One sec.
Oh, how much glory do we get for being knighted?
That's where you go
1,000.
from. Yeah, it's your initial 1,000 you got. Otherwise, you're under
Gotcha.
1,000.
Yep.
I'm under 1,000.
You shouldn't be.
For some
Yeah,
reason,
it should
it
start
say-
at 1,000.
Yeah, for some reason it says I'm at 264. which
Yeah,
can't
so
be
your
correct.
starting time.
Just
You're,
add 1,000.
you're
right?
starting.
Instead of 1.
Yeah, 1,200.
Oh, is that?
That was when you're
I didn't
playing
get.
Critical Squire. That was your glory.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 1,206. Okay, cool. Cool.
And then this was a medium battle, and you participated in it for 1 round, I think, actually, before you were routed. And it was a stalemate. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a whopping just like 30 glory for being there. Oh, you're part of the first charge though. You were part of the first charge. So that will earn you an extra 30. So you get 60 glory for being at that battle.
Nice.
Sure. Alrighty. Now I do have a question. Does Perin and Florence get any glory for their approaches to romance? Do Perin/Florence?
For the romance, that's a really good question. Yeah, I think it's worth 10 glory for each of you guys for that. Just for being part of some sort of. I think for Florence it's like some rumors, and I think for Perin it's like courtly gossip, courting gossip
Yeah.
specifically. So
Yeah.
all right, so that finishes that point. So what are your new glories now? Probably not super high.
Not super
No.
high. Mine's 1,259.
We got 30 net 30 from the battle, or was that before the
Net
charge?
60.
That's 60.
Net 60.
Net 60.
Okay, and then there was no glory for courting stuff.
No, there was
There was
10 glory.
10.
for
10
stuff.
glory. Gotcha.
10 people.
Okay.
I am at
Let me.
1381.
Well, that's really funny. I am at 1334.
I actually have the highest of us?
Yeah, you were crushing it in the.
Yeah,
That's true.
in the genealogy
I-
game.
Yeah,
I
Feast
started
game.
below it.
The horse race, all the you've actually been on top of a lot of things.
Yeah. Picking it up.
Except for the
Constantly on
Baroness.
that glory.
Cute.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
So
when I when I come back and heal from my grievous injuries, I've got to step up my feast game.
Yeah, and you'd be returned in the winter, so you'll be back for the spring. And you are healed, Edrich. Save for the wound
Excellent.
you suffered. That
Would
lingers
we
with you.
have- Also, would we have healed? How many times would we have healed?
Yeah, that's why I skipped to the winter. You guys were pretty much screwed till winter. So I just any summer event didn't make any sense anymore. Which I totally didn't have
They
planned.
would have been healed. They would have been healed. What is it? Is it con and strength divided by 10? Every week.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably
we
could have
got-
made it within a season. They've been fine by autumn.
Doesn't matter at this point.
There is a formal announcement too of Lady Violet's wedding is to take place in 486 in the summer.
Good on her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Goratrix just like throwing away
Dad.
poorly written poetry.
Oh, buddy.
All right, so let's see here. I guess we can check out the. Why don't we check out the economics and see if we can make sense of it? So
yeah.
there is a weather roll to be had, and that is in Book of Manor. I really wish I had you guys with it. So we're gonna try our best through this, and then we'll actually go over it. My plan was like to have us all kind of do a little bit of homework, me to refresh because I've done this once already, and then like just be ready. But there is a single weather roll for you all because you're in one general area of Salisbury, like 3d6 plus 5. I'll just do it here. This is my roll. 8.
Is that good
Is it
or is
rain
it bad?
by any chance?
3d6 plus 5 being 8 is, I think, very unlucky.
Oh my god.
Unless, yeah.
That's 3 plums.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, it might not be. However, the way that Bob's looking with his face.
No, don't read that. I'm reading very seriously. That's all.
Okay, good.
So
That's
ma-
fake.
make
Thomas
an
gives me hope.
yeah.
Bob's look says flood.
No, I have no idea. So we'll find out. Just make a note of 8, and we'll plug it into the calculations as we go. We'll figure out whether that was good or bad.
The
I'm-
ominous 8.
I'm gonna guess 8's actually good because you didn't roll high, but we'll see.
That's true. Well,
Hmm.
high rolls are good in any case other than testing things, like normally.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
right?
like, bigger, at least. Mm.
Fortune, misfortune, events. So, oh, that sucks. I gotta
Well,
download these PDFs, and I have to pull these up.
Winterbourne Manor is blessed by the god. Well, blessed by God, the Christian God, not the pagan ones, because of that talk with the bishop. But that might have just been for that one winter.
Don't worry, the Christian God has accepted your donations and is using it to hunt down your people.
Trying to learn the true meaning of St. Patrick's Day. Is St. Patrick driving the snakes from the Emerald Isle? He's murdering pagans, Ebenezer Scrooge. He's
No,
making
wait a
the
minute, there are
island
no
right
snakes
for
in
the
Ireland.
Lord.
What? I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
Sorry, guys. Thanks for keeping things busy as I read through this and try to make sense of it. So it says
Hey, no problem.
it says the next section is where was it? The next section was so after weather, right? The next section was fortune, misfortune, events. I see it. I'm not clear on. Oh, that's why. So y'all get to give me a. So negate the previous family event that you guys rolled, right? Negate what you rolled previously. Now give me.
Negate nothing.
Yeah, give me a d20.
Okay.
Each of you.
18.
Ooh. 7.
18.
I'm scared.
16.
Okay, so we're gonna go one at a time. So we'll start with Thomas. So it's an even, which is even use table A. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll on table A for you. Family event
Kindly.
table A. Give me a D100 roll.
85.
85. Adultery accusations.
That's already happened.
You can't
We've
escape
done this.
it. You
This
can't
happened last
escape.
year. It's over. We've finished this.
It'll
Imagine
never be
Edrich.
finished.
When did I have time for this?
Well, you see, there was a very pretty Saxon lady.
Well, there was, but she wasn't my type.
And give me a D6 roll real quick.
Of course.
Is this whether or not he actually did it?
Yep.
3. Here's the thing. This already happened. This happened purely through roleplay of a secondary character.
You cannot escape, my friend.
Oh my god.
You were born to be horned.
So I think this this one might actually be. I think this isn't gonna obviously be Edrich. Oh, yeah. I think there is accusations that Edrich was actually not taken hostage, but instead had a love affair with a Saxon. And no.
Oh, amazing.
That's so wonderful.
And this is bordering on a conspiracy theory, but you know how well that works in real life, even with educated
This is
people.
super important, Bob. Does Perin hear about these rumors at any point?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Oh boy.
it's a local
Leo,
buzz.
you're cruising for a bruising. You're angling for a mangling. You're heading towards a beheading.
All right. What was Mark's role?
I don't know what you guys do in the comfort of your own bedrooms, but I got punched and kicked and hit by axes. What do you do?
Oh god. I gotta step it. Oh my god.
You got a 7?
That's hilarious.
7 is a family event. Yes.
Yeah.
7 is a family event. With odd, it's table B. So go ahead and make your roll.
Alright. What do I roll for table
D100 on this one.
D100.
There's a lot more events. That's what makes this cool. So
39.
39 is a marriage within your family.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
exciting.
Yeah. I think what this will be is that you had a brother that was 1 year younger, correct?
He's already married.
No, he's betrothed. Now he's married.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
okay. That's great.
He was knighted in the Winter Court in Salisbury, early at 20 as well, and married
Nice.
in the winter. So, yay! All right. Now on to House Durnford, Perin.
House Durnford. All right. I am rolling
No,
1d100.
Didn't you roll?
I rolled a 16.
Yeah,
16?
I rolled a 16.
Okay. Even that is table A. So go ahead and roll a D100.
D100. That's a 56, baby.
56. Okay.
Everybody I know immediately becomes magically extremely wealthy. That's awesome. I love that. Thanks, Bob.
This is actually really good, but I have to ask you. We need to pull open your family echo because we need to see who's in your family.
So yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Here, I can probably do that for the chat as well. if I go like this, and then I go over to Roll20 scene, I can.
Oh, this is not Family Echo.
So we're pulling up your family chart to see who we're talking about here.
You keep on accidentally opening every tab except for the one that I want.
Sounds right. I do that all the time. All right, so Roll20 scene. All right, so you had a sister. Perin had a sister, Hylia.
Yeah.
So she, this is really good. Let me just look it up. What was your roll again?
56.
56. There we go. Female, marries above status. Gain 1 family knight.
Ooh.
Nice.
I got me a brother-in-law.
Hell yeah. Dalen isn't the only knight in the family. The one of 2 family knights.
I can survive if Perin is killed instantly. Hooray.
So hold on. This is a complication for you. I didn't say this.
Oh.
There's some there's some politics involved. So it says family or female, marries above status, gain 1 family knight. Male equals knight, wishes to marry already betrothed family daughter.
Oh.
So if you choose to allow the marriage, you get +1 family knight, but you gotta check, and you check love, family, and arbitrary, or -1 honor, and -1 honor. Sorry, or allow like the wed to follow through with the betrothed, and basically just tick just in honor. So you can get you can get a bonus for your family, but then you're checking arbitrary, like you're
checking arbitrary, and I'm losing in honor.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. All right. What is that bonus? It's just having a knight, right? It's just having a new knight.
The bonus is having a knight and ticking love family, I guess, would be the big bonuses you get there.
I think a knight is really important right now because Elizabeth is officially lord of their own manor. Dallin is, and Perin is doing this 100% by himself. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, I think I gotta lose that honor I just gained. Ah, that sucks. All right, love family. I'm going with it. Sorry, better offer was made. I gotta take that.
You're trading your honor.
She's gonna be so pissed at me.
Okay, and she will marry a banneret knight.
Oh, that's really good though.
So on top of getting your own knight, you also have a sister that's the banneret spouse.
Oh, Perin was not expecting to have to make decisions as head of the household. Hate that for him.
I'm glad we found this table. This makes sense. I like this.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that is the fortune or misfortune event. I think we dealt with the family one. There is a manor luck table, but I'm going to assume that this is only if something happens here. So we're going to go to the justice events instead. Why don't we start with Thomas? I want you to roll me a d20 and then a d6.
Alrighty. Now, Edrich has to do really well on this because he is his sire was a knight who was famously just. So if he isn't, he's going to be showing that he learnt nothing. 11 on the d20, 4 on the d6.
Okay. What was the d6 roll? 11, then what?
4. 11, then 4.
Okay. There is a member of your peasantry. Actually, I might have a table for this to make it more entertaining. Let me just see if I can flip that open here real quick. And then we're done with the justice events, and we can test to see how your year went. This will be more important in Anarchy, but it's good to get a flavor for it. Give me 1 second to see how this I do.
Aldrich, have you been cowering in the peasants' homes again? Oh, a knifing!
Yeah. I forgot I did this up, so this will be what you're dealing with. So there's an ordinary peddler and an ordinary rich farmer. By ordinary, we just mean they're not impassioned. There's nothing special about them, right? Going on right now. So the rich farmer offers you a librum to settle for him. The source is that a knifing took place between the two. And there's kind of rumors around something to do with an illicit love affair involving the rich farmer's brother.
I see. If approached and offered this bribe, Edrich is going to very neutrally say, "We'll see what happens." He is absolutely not going to take the bribe. If it looks like he's actually the innocent party, he's going to very quickly say yes and then, actually go with the truthful one. But no, he's not going to take the bribe up front.
Okay. When you say up front, what are you aiming to do here? How are you approaching this?
He is not going to take the bribe. It's not going to sway his decision making. But if it looks like the rich farmer is actually in the right, he's going to pretend to take the bribe.
Okay. Give me a justice test justice for me.
Justice 10, arbitrary is also 10. So let me quickly run this. Can I impassion myself to increase the justice roll?
You may. Yep. Keep in mind there's a negative to the consequence of failing that roll. But...
I know. I'm going to roll an honor again. Honor? I hardly know her. Fuck, a failure. But luckily, no consequence there. Oh, if I'd rolled my love of family, I could have gotten a crit. Alright, no matter. Rolling just. Success on just. And shall I roll arbitrary?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because I got... Okay.
Lower success on arbitrary. Just wins.
I think in this case, you're not entirely certain. It's a pretty up and up case. It's hard to say. But you get more sense than not that this is probably... there's a reason why he's trying to settle with you with the librum. He just wants it to go away, and it's probably legitimate. And especially with the rumors going around, you're like, we don't need to harbor this thing. So I would assume
we don't need to harbor this thing anymore.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Okay.
Edrich looks at these two people as they meet in his manor. He's just going to say, "I understand the necessity for me arbitrating this. However, I don't understand the necessity for a bribe, sir." As it definitely looks like the wind's blowing that way. And he gives a pointed glance at the rich farmer. And he's going to turn back to the rest of the people and say, "The brother of this man must be punished for his crimes of stabbing one of the citizenry. And as for you, a fine will be paid to the family of the injured."
Okay. And then I'm going to test this here. Okay. Yeah, so you just make a note for justice. You succeed on that. So you'll reduce the hatred of landlord by 1 for your peasants.
Hell yeah. I'm doing the impossible. I'm making people like landlords.
All right, we're going to move to House Idmiston here. Why don't we do this actually in the fancy map that shows these houses? Does that make sense? But while we're doing that, Mark, here is your justice event. So this involves a childhood friend, though a commoner, who offers 1 librum to help you think, and an ordinary rich farmer who offers you 1 librum to settle for them. It's something about a wife or husband, illicit love affair, and it involves the sister. So this is the wife or husband of the childhood friend and the sister of the ordinary rich farmer.
All right.
Wife or husband could mean that this is extra scandalous.
I mean, yeah, it's possible. Alright, so what am I doing with this?
So you have to kind of choose. Or first off, if you're gonna accept the 1 librum, you just get the librum, and you don't get to test justice, right?
Yeah. No, Florence isn't going to accept the librum from either because bribery
You'll
has
be
no
wrong.
place in justice.
Okay.
Exactly.
Go ahead and make.
He will let
Go ahead.
God guide his decision.
Go ahead and make a justice roll.
Success.
All right. So, you are successful there. So the success will reduce the hatred of landlord by 1 when it's dealt with. So I think the way this plays out then is you get to the bottom of what's happening here and you rule justly. So effectively, you get the impression that your friend was trying to bury it, where the ordinary rich farmer is trying to pursue it against your friend. So I assume that the just means you don't bury it, which means that you get a reputation for not playing favorites, even though your childhood friend isn't very happy about that. So,
all right, it works. Florence is faithful.
Shall I make a...
Yeah, and make a note of success there. So -1 to hatred, landlord.
Florence definitely takes days to pray on the situation before he decides.
What a fucking...
Okay.
The worst.
So this one's great. So for Liam, we have in House Durnford, we have an impassioned farmer and a disheartened farmer over the ownership of a cow that was won during a game and involves the grandfather. It was the grandfather's cow of the disheartened father or disheartened.
That is
farmer.
a long-living cow.
Yeah.
It's a good Bessie's an old luck charm.
The disheartened farmer was swindled into losing his grandfather's cow by another farmer.
Mm-hmm.
And the other farmer is not wanting to get in trouble for this, so he's impassioned at the moment. There's no offer of bribery, so I think this is just a test to see if you deal with this gracefully. It's a just test for you.
I see. All right.
He says he won, but I say the tournament didn't actually happen.
I say let him crash. Oh, I'm quite good at just. It's just, right? Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Listen, I understand the situation that you're in, but really, regardless of whether or not who cheated who, you shouldn't bet anything that you're not willing to lose. Now, we're going to let this slide tonight. Nobody's going to win anything over a game of chance, but in the future, these kinds of things are going to be held. They're going to be honored regardless of the situation, all right?
Okay. So I think that did go over well. I think this even though it could be seen as arbitrary, I think the reality is that this guy's a swindler and he's managed to con a number. He's like a con artist, successful. So you managed to rule against him here, and
Yep.
and that got you some positives. So again, with a -1 to hatred of your people.
Yeah.
I'm a good ruler. I'm a good
Yeah,
ruler.
these people like us. We're good at our jobs when we're not
They're good
getting
at our
our ass
jobs.
kicked.
I have a 5 in stewardship. We shall see.
I don't have stewardship. Is that a skill?
It is.
It is. I have a 2.
Oh, shit!
thinking.
I should have increased that. That's my bad. I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
I forgot about that too.
Well,
What
you
the
wouldn't.
fuck are taxes? Jesus.
Like, you're telling me these people pay me?
For what? What do I do?
How much do I take? Just like all of it? I take all of it. Am I supposed to take all of it? It feels
that is
weird to
what-
take all of it.
That is what your father did, my lord.
I
And he
see.
was killed by an angry mob. Is that connected? No, my lord.
No,
of
yeah,
course
it's
not.
unrelated angry mob, sire.
All right, so I think we'll go ahead and maybe park it there. I think we got through the justice thing. I might need some time to figure out how to roll on the stewardship thing. I don't want to flounder. It's already pretty late for Mark, and we've gone long. So why don't we go ahead and do some outros real quick, guys? If you're cool with that, and then
Alrighty.
maybe we can figure out offline what we're doing with the stewardship roles, and just give the summary real quick going into the next session.
Yeah.
I'm Bob. I've been running the game. I have one more intro this Wednesday for Gathering of Branches, and then that kicks off next week, full scale, on Tuesdays.
Woo!
Yeah. So,
Hell yeah.
So that'll be 2 ongoing campaigns. I also have something I'm starting, which is like a drop-in Pendragon. It's only going to be a couple times a month. That'll be occurring shortly. It's going to follow like mercenary knights and household knights, not vassal knights. So they're just kind of, it'll be easier for them to move about the land and drop into a quest or a battle, without all the detail. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested, please join the server, because other than that, in the Pendragon Discord, I probably won't be announcing it anywhere else. Thanks. I'm going to move on to Thomas.
Hello, I am Thomas. I've been playing Sir Edrich, the Saxon lover, de Winterbourne Stoke, and I've had a lot of fun. It's just a joy to see how different our characters are from the last one, and actually through the crucible of proper war and struggle, and it's nice. But yes, I've had a lot of fun playing, and thank you all for watching. That's me.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. By the way, did you know we have a Discord? Come check us out. We got all kinds of cool shit on there, such as announcements when we go live, and you can be a part of cool things like stuff Bob is doing with the drop-in Pendragon game, and many other things that'll be running throughout now and to oblivion. Also, shit posting, because we all love shit posting. I have been Mark, playing Sir Florence, Sir Florence the Horrence, and
Not yet.
I hope you all have a great night.
Not with that past chase roll, sir. Not with that past. All right, Liam.
Hi, everybody. I have been Liam. I have been Sir Perin of Durnford. Boy, these characters are needing to find our feet. It feels like we just went from the main cast of the first 3 Star Wars movies to expanded universe novels characters a little bit. So we're finding our feet there a little bit, but I'm having a lot of fun with this campaign a lot so far. I'm very excited for more.
For sure. Yeah, battle is not this group's strong suit yet. And we'll see if that changes. So it could have been totally different. Like if Edrich had not been credited on that attack, he probably would have walked away with a W, and you guys would have at least gone balanced in that first exchange. It just kind of backfired the critical Such is
Yep,
life.
yep, yep.
One critical in this
But
game
bad.
often means death, or at least very, very close to it. So, anyways, just a couple more brief intros. The next episode will probably be next week, but I need Zach for it. Zach will be coming to join us as we partake in a short feast and an adventure, a quest.
Hell yeah.
A quest that will
Hey!
define the next many years to come.
Our first quest.
You mean we have to leave the castle?
Right? We do really well at the feast. Can we just be the feast knights? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It was great to have a live audience this late through. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you later. Take care, everyone.
Oh, well.
Hooray! Bye-bye!